Happy first live stream of the new year, audience. You know?
What are your New Year's resolutions?
I want to work
Hmm,
out more personally.
I'm gonna be walking more this year.
I've been doing a
And
lot of jump
I'm
roping.
gonna try to make more cosplays and be more financially stable.
mm-hmm.
My
I
goal.
want Wish to do a backflip.
You're asking too much of me, okay?
That's my New Year's revolution. I
To
want to
see
see
me
Wish
do
do a
an
backflip.
actual backflip and not just send a GIF every time Jake asks for one.
Yes.
hmm
Bitch, I need to go fix my iPad first, okay? I need to get the charge port fixed.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I got Aurora and Marvel Snap just for you, Witch.
Thank you, I
Aw.
appreciate it.
hmm
Can
So,
I
and when North Star
tell you
come, I'll get
something
North Star
about that
too.
real quick? Can I tell you something about that real quick?
Go
So
ahead.
they
Go ahead.
finally gave Aurora like a name tag, like a stylized name tag or whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it.
hmm
Like I like it, but I don't love it.
hmm
It's like feels like something is off. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've seen it. It
Like
didn't
if you
feel
compare
unique to
hers to
her.
her brothers, you would understand my point.
Yeah.
I'll just see North Stars then again.
Just go on the wiki page and just type in North Star, and then look at all of his AU versions, and it's like the first thing you'll see.
hmm There you go. So yeah,
But
audience, we heard that Duffman's retiring, apparently. Not dead.
R.I.P. man. Well, he's not dead, but he was a fun little segment though. Anytime you did
Yeah.
Bowls Mart, at the bar, at the Cookie Mart and stuff, Quickie Mart, have him come
Yeah.
in promoting beer. I guess that's
Yeah.
probably why promoting the
Yeah,
beer thing. But it's in universe beer. Duff a real beer.
Nah, well, they made Duff a beer
I know they
afterward.
made it for like
Yeah.
I know they made it for like
But
special
nah,
things, but it wasn't like
Duffman
a
was weird.
commercial beer.
Duffman was a fun way of introducing beer culture to pop culture, you know? So there were definitely funny episodes. I think my favorite skit, right, was when he was promoting Duff beer in Germany, and and Duffman was like, "The Reich will never end," and then he breaks character and says, "I say this, and I'm Jewish." God dang, damn, dang, you know. At least one of the actors is audience, because Duffman has had multiple actors over the years, apparently. Duffman never dies, only the actors that play him, you know? Yep. So, yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
All good, all good. Put
Uh,
him on the list of characters that are retired, audience. I mean, when you have a series going on for 30 plus years.
at least he didn't die. I wish they at least gave him a send off episode, but at least he
Mm-hmm.
didn't die. So
There you
At least he
go.
wasn't tragically murdered.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, yeah, at least he went hit with a t-shirt cannon and fell off a 5-story fall.
Yeah, apparently that was because of the voice actress of Maud too. She requested to be written off the show. Yeah, apparently it was commitment issues.
I
Remember,
did
audience?
write me off. No, just let someone else voice their character. That's kind of messed up. That man got to lose
Yeah,
his wife and kids got to lose their mother because you don't want to do the show.
yeah, yeah. Because remember, audience, there was a point in time when it came to voice recording where you couldn't be able to do it within the comfort of your own home in the closet. You actually had to come into the studio in front of all the equipment and do the recordings. You know.
I mean,
Well,
some
nowadays,
people still do that, but
hmm Yeah, it's more like a formality now. I mean, these days,
Yeah,
like
it
you can
depends
do
on
it
if
at
you're famous
home.
or not. If you're famous, you usually have your own. If you're
Yeah.
just starting
well,
to
keep in
middle,
mind,
usually
yeah,
goes
a lot
someplace.
of people just like do it in their closets,
hmm
because COVID. People
Yep.
just have their own recording spaces.
Yep. The actor who plays Chucky, right? Back when the Chucky
Yeah,
episode
Brad
TV
Dorf,
series,
I believe.
Brad Dorff. Yeah. Apparently, he did all his recordings for Chucky in the comfort of his closet in his home. Yeah, because he's that
Look,
sort of
if you have
famous
a
for that
microphone
character.
in a closet, you could
hmm
probably film a lot of things. I could probably go
Yeah.
grab my microphone that's somewhere around here, and grab my phone, go into my cramped ass closet, and
hmm
maybe record some good things. I don't know if the husky wants to let me record
hmm
things, but sometimes.
Yep. Yep. Amazing how
We can get
technology.
Husky ASMR.
Yep.
You can get some doggo
Yo,
ASMR.
Y'all wonder why Storm was the only member of the X-Men that joined Spider-Man in his Secret Wars arc during the animated series? Yeah, it's because the voice actors was the only one of the X-Men voice actors that was actually close by the studio to do the recordings, apparently. So
They must
yeah.
have wanted Jean Grey because there's no way you're like Storm. Yeah, she has to beat the Beyonder.
Yeah, the power of the Phoenix and all that
Current
stuff.
Storm, probably. But like Storm in the 90s? Nah.
The one who got taken out by a bucket of fried chicken. Oh no, I'm saying that because that was Blob who threw it at her audience.
Well, to be fair, that's always my favorite thing with Storm. But she's super powerful. But she's a glass cannon. That's how you even it out, so she's not too broken.
Exactly. Anybody who wants to make the argument of like who will win in a battle, Storm or Thor? Well, think of it this way: if
It
you're
depends
fighting
on the
Thor,
writers. That's my
no,
logic. It depends on the writers.
nah, not even for me because like when you're fighting against Thor, you're going out the bank on getting a few hits with that from that hammer. You know, there's no way you could tell me that Storm could take one solid strike from that hammer. You know. So,
I'm just saying it all depends on the writers, Cryptid. It's not about power scaling, it's about the writers. Because the writers just do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, that's
To
true,
be fair, the writers have been consistent with that so far.
Mm-hmm.
Storm
At
got
the
some
same
hits
time,
in, but she's never
the
fully
next
won.
writer can completely do whatever the fuck
Yeah,
they
the
want.
next writer just be like, fuck all that. Storm wins. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot she got
They do that
vibranium
with
suit.
characters all the fucking time.
Yeah, I
You
forgot
thought
she
about
got.
her vibranium queen suit that we have having
Oh,
a back in.
wow.
Look, as long as they don't give her the mohawk anymore, I'm Gucci. Because I never
Yeah,
liked them.
because they don't draw it correctly anymore.
Mhm.
No. Like, her and Akihiro don't do the fucking mohawk anymore. Please, for the sake of my own sanity.
All right,
Yeah.
but
It's probably good.
we're gonna
But anyway,
is he here or not, bro? Let's go
okay.
start.
Well, okay. So let me get the intros out of the way. So welcome, Confact Live, the news and reviews of the week audience. Are you here with me, Cryptid Seeker 415? Same cryptid for a new year. So
And
there
you're
we go.
here with me, Jake Tylenol.
Oh,
Here to say
You're an
I'm putting
asshole.
the
If you were here, we
Autobots
could have
on
started
trial.
way earlier.
I'm here to put the Autobots on trial.
oh
today.
boy.
I disapprove. I don't trust this man.
Mm-hmm.
Any man coming at 9:45 can't be trusted with the Autobots. But Freaky Wall here, I will stand with the Autobots. Okay, I believe in Optimus Prime. I don't think he's a great leader. But I don't believe he's evil.
I don't believe in his leadership as a war general, but
I believe in him as a man, robot thing, but not as a leader. Okay,
isn't that like
I'm just saying. Steve would have beat that war in like 2 years, not 1 billion.
He's literally named after his rank in the military. That is his actual rank as a person.
So
His
it's
wife is
Captain
the
America.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, pronouns they, he, and guess who is almost done with season 2 of the original series of Star Trek? Me!
Hey.
Listen, I can probably finish it by Thursday night, but I can't make any promises.
Got you.
It's a lot of fun. They're long ass episodes, okay? No one told me that before I started getting into it. Not even Jake. Blame Jake for all of our problems.
To be fair, we didn't think your problem was gonna be with the episode being long. We thought your problem was gonna be with some of the characters. Yeah.
Also, one last thing: Kirk and Spock are gay. You can't tell me otherwise. I stand on that. They're gay for each other. McCoy is too. They're a throuple. Fuck you all. You can't change my mind.
All right. And together we are the Phanatics, here to bring you the news and reviews of the week because someone came late and I'm doing it. So yeah.
I got your video. You can't complain.
Okay. Hey, you either did that, Jake, or you would have been discrediting my people, man. You know, you would have failed my people. Okay, so yeah, on our Monday nights we bring you the news. We have some Bumblebee talk to be talking about, some more Demayo rants apparently, and we'll be having a fun discussion over our favorite Confederates. And
no one should have a favorite Confederate.
He's not our favorite
Never
Confederate,
say that.
bro.
Never say that.
Yeah, Gray's gray's his color, all right. Blue just doesn't look good on him, okay? And
Yeah, but
we'll be
I should
talking
have
about
a
Doomsday.
favorite Confederate. I'm looking at you, Jasper fans.
And then
Yeah,
we'll be
whoever
talking
that
about
is.
some Man of Wonder, And of course, apparently, that Stranger Things discussion. We'll be saving that later today, audience.
I think you mean
Yeah,
Wondrous Man.
Wondrous
we're
Man.
talking about Wonder Man because he
Mhm.
deserves better.
Gotcha. And yeah, speaking of better, give us our social switch.
Yeah, I didn't do them last week because I wasn't here last week for reasons. So yeah, first of all, follow this, subscribe to the fucking YouTube channel or whatever. I don't care, to be honest with you. You can also find us on Twitter at ComicFanatic69. I wonder who thought of that name.
Yeah.
You can also, if you want to just find me because you want to see what I'm up to, you can find me on Twitter at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U, TikTok and Instagram at witch_of_Jotunheim. You can find me on Tumblr, Blue Sky, and also Letterboxd at Northstar Aria, which I don't have access to the last two of them because my iPad is broken kind of at the moment. So when I get that working again, we will resume that. Anyways, yeah, you can also support my Ko-Fi whenever I remember to post on that again. At Witch of Jotunheim, and also feel free to commission me when I get my iPad back on. At the moment, I have to pay $200, so yeah, we'll get there when we get there. Jake is late, obviously.
This man take one visit to Cybertron. He just never shows up on time.
It's like
Man,
you
are flying to Cybertron and back, especially when it's
begged
flying all
me.
over the fucking place.
There's a space bridge for a reason.
Bro,
Look,
it got
this was
destroyed in the
Jake, by the
episode.
way. This was Jake, by the way. He was like, "Witch, for the new year, I want to hang out with Transformers. I love Transformers. Can you take me to Transformers Land?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And then I did.
Transformers
and now
in Jake? Really? I can't believe you. How dare you forget Cybertron
you
fans?
made me misuse my abilities for you to go hang out with Transformers, and you're over here complaining.
You put me with the lame ones? That's what I mean. Like, what are you talking about?
Disgraceful, you ungrateful child.
You're lucky Philly's not here. Philly would crucify you for saying that.
Yeah.
These were his boys.
Chilling. Apparently, he has a favorite Confederate, which I don't think anyone should have a favorite Confederate, but that's just me.
You know, surprisingly, when that topic comes up, I find out a lot of people have a favorite Confederate. It's not this guy.
Weird. Which is weird. Isn't that weird, Austin?
Yes. I can't wait to hear someone like, yeah, my favorite guy in history is Robert E. Lee. Wait, what?
People can respect generals.
Look, I already have to deal with people falling down ultra right-wing rabbit holes over here into fascism. I don't want to fucking hear people say they have a favorite Confederate, okay? Not in 2026. It's a new year.
Gotcha. But alright then. I guess since we got that out of the way, let's get started on the topics, guys. Who wants to do the honors of the first topic?
We got new teasers for Doomsday.
Yep, for Thor and the X-Men audience. Ooh. And right off the bat, I'll go ahead and say with Thor, man, like, okay, it was a breath of fresh air since the last time we saw Thor. So yeah,
Early when she got on his knees and he was like,
I don't like how he's holding his weapon.
I wish he got on his knees and he was like, I'm sorry to my fans.
Yeah,
Look, if
I
the
apologize.
weapon was a little bit closer to him, then it would have looked way more phallic than it actually is.
No, I mean, if you're holding a weapon like this, you don't hold the blade to your shoulder. Like, what's someone just come to kill him?
Yeah. And for all you Taika Waititi fans who are like upset, like, oh no, we want to see more of that version of Thor. Like, he's okay. He just got his bag of money and he left. This was nothing.
Man.
This was just a paycheck to him.
Everybody who said they liked what he did Thor loved Infinity War Thor. People seem to agree that Infinity War Thor is the best version of Thor.
Yeah.
So we should be in good hands. We should not be getting a fat Thor situation. None of that in the next two films. At least in my opinion.
Yep.
No, he needs to go down like an actual fucking badass.
Yeah, if he dies, he needs to go out a warrior, like the comics where he died between two different universes.
He either needs to lose his arm or die.
I do want him to lose his arm and get the destroyer arm like the comics.
The Black Uru arm, that was a pretty dope moment in the comics audience. And yeah, it would be great if like this series, this movie ends with like him and in the comics, it was him and Hyperion who basically had their last standoff before like the universe destroyed itself, right? So I
You
kind of
make
hope
this
we'll.
with him and Adam Warlock. Let's go.
Yeah. Well,
Are we getting Adam back?
nah.
We I don't know,
At
but
this
apparently
point,
Star Lord's coming back.
Fucking movie, dude.
Yeah.
Who isn't coming back?
I don't think Guardians going to show up in this movie. I think they're going to end up just being brought to Battle World for the next film.
Yeah. But as for Thor, yeah, I'm excited for this depiction. They know what not to do with Thor now, and one thing that did surprise me though, one thing that did surprise me though was the fact that they kept on with his stepdaughter in this movie. I kind of assumed
course.
that yeah, I
I mean,
kind of assumed that
You thought
I
they
would
were going to have him in that movie and they just abandoned his kid?
just say he goes and she's
I
off
would
being
assume
taken care of
that
by
she would hook
Valkyrie.
up at least once in this movie.
Bro, Thor, he's talking about now. I think Thor just left her with Valkyrie and
He's
said,
like,
"Fuck
no,
that."
you can't be
win.
dad to my
Y'all-
adopted daughter.
You can't win. Y'all were like, they don't follow up on
Y'all like to
anything these
complain.
days. Then they
Y'all
follow up on
don't
it.
like
What did you have to follow up
women
on?
magic.
Hey, we're already running into the possibility of like when we see the X-Men, they're probably not even going to talk about Monica Rambeau. So come on, it's not that far fetched.
You're doing it.
I
Thor.
assume they're going to talk about Monica. I think it's just going to be the case of this X-Men won't be that same X-Men. I think when we get to see Beast, it's going to be regular Beast from the movies, like the full practical.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be like a proper send off to that, and then as we go to the next one. Because I don't know. I feel like since they didn't announce Monica, I do think they're saving her for the X-Men and their part in the battle world, wherever that end up being.
Please bring Monica back. She deserves so much better than what she's gotten, dude. Oh, she deserves better. That's all I have to say. I don't care what anyone has to say. She deserves fucking better, dude.
Honestly, Monica, top 5 characters in the MCU.
Like she's one of the better characters, but she's still done so dirty compared to some of the other characters in this franchise.
Just too many people remember her for that cringy line in WandaVision.
I mean,
she was just because it's like, why the fuck was Wanda acting like that towards Monica, dude? Monica barely did anything to her that would result in half the shit that happened to her in that fucking in that show, and then in the Marvels. Okay. You know what? Yeah. I'm not gonna continue this rant. This is gonna be a TikTok live rant. So stay tuned for a TikTok live later.
Gotcha. But yeah, his daughter, it looks like she'll only have like 2 minutes of screen time in this, because like let's be honest, like every second in this movie is going to have to count, given how many characters are going to be in here already, you know. So there's not going to be any wasted moments here. You'll just establish that Thor is just doing this for his daughter, and he's going to have to do this adventure without her to keep her safe. You know, that's what you really need to go with. And I'm looking forward to this. I know they're going to want to give Thor their all in this. So yeah, that's cool. And the other teaser that came out this week was actually the X-Men teaser. What did you guys think of that?
Namor teaser? Marvel.
It's coming up, man. It's coming up.
I'm impatient.
I know they're going. I think the next one is going to be him and Shuri. So yeah, just got.
Apparently, them and you want me to tell you? Do you care?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Apparently, Black Panther. Apparently, the update on the Phantom for Black Panther and Namor.
Okay.
I think they're using Namor to connect the two people out for obvious reasons.
Wait. Black Panther being Shuri or what?
Here's my thing about this.
Most likely Shuri. I doubt they're going to reveal the other guy to the film. Go ahead, Wish.
If they don't try to have Namor flirt with Sue Storm,
It's going to happen.
I will personally be okay.
The Sue Storm actor's been talking about it way too much to Pedro Pascal. They're definitely doing a scene of it.
No.
That makes him look hard.
He has better things to be worrying about than a blonde married white woman.
It does, but in the sense of since Sue in the Phase 4 film was able to breach two people, which is the under people and their people, I do see her having to be the person to go try to convince Namor to help everybody.
Yeah,
she already
did it with the Underminer. But if they make his whole character based off of her, I'm going to lose my shit.
Yeah, that's
because
my problem.
I like Namor. I like Sue Storm. I do not like them together.
I don't mind the casual flirt, but he can't be aggressive as he is.
They're going to say that it's
No,
from.
because they do him fucking dirty.
Yeah, they're going to say that
he
it's
has
from the
better things to be
comics.
doing. He has other love interests in the comics.
Yeah.
To anyone, Marvel Rivals, I'm coming for you. Certain writers
Yeah,
at
yeah,
Marvel,
stop.
I'm coming for you.
Stop trying to pair him with redheads. He does not like redheads. That is canon. Stop trying to give his girlfriend redheads.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
I don't remember who it was, but the last girl they had kids had
Have
redheads.
them save Marina so that they can like unannul their marriage because she died that one time. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Have Namor and Marina get back together.
I'm thinking like they'll just want an excuse to like
I
give
think
that
Namor
tension between Namor and Susan because that's something from the comics. But in this sort of scenario, that's going to be more douchebaggy of Namor since
and plus
you know in the
I'm
comics.
fine if it's one scene. I just don't want it. Like we said, it shouldn't be everything he sees there. If it's one scene,
I
I
don't want to have to argue with people on Twitter about how if they do that plot line with Namor and Sue, I'm gonna be like, hey, this is kind of a racist stereotype. Let's not fucking do this shit.
Well, I'm just saying, like, right, it's gonna look more bad on Namor because at least in the comics when that was happening, right, Sue was not a married woman at that point, but in the movies, she's not. She's not married.
When they met, they weren't, but he kept doing it after they got married, like by far.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Namor didn't stop. Namor didn't stop flirting her until like recently in comics, really, like last 10 years, maybe.
Wow. Yeah, that's because Atlantis had a lot of shit going on.
As much as I did, because they only brought up Sue one time, and then I never had to hear her name again. And
like that. If when they first meet, I'm fine with it. If he just met her, obviously he doesn't know about all that. But after that, it should not go past that.
Yeah, she's a married woman with kids, after all. You know.
Well, just one right now, but yes.
But speaking of the X-Men trailer, it does seem like we're getting this is supposed to be the team straight after the end of X3. I want to at least that's the reference they do in the trailer.
Yeah.
Well, you see Magneto's super old and he's using his power to lift the chess piece instead of just doing it by hand. Like he used to do when they were younger and play.
Yeah.
But he says death. But he basically said death comes for all. You have to choose: you're going to face it like a man or be a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what he says. I'm not even guy.
I did like the little touch to Magneto's design where they gave him the long hair.
Yeah, I did like how dragged. Like you can tell this like been a long war for him. Like he seems like run through the thing. They look worse than they did, than they did in the time travel film.
Right.
Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past. Even the future looked terrible. The characters themselves still were like dressed up, had their full costumes on, hair combed, everything. Hair combed, makeup on. Here, he's very uncombed, but he's going through it.
Yeah, their clothing was dry cleaned and all that stuff. I'm like, oh, really? Come on, you know. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Just don't expect too many physical action scenes from Namor. I'm sorry, from Magneto, because like
there, bro. I'm not expecting. I don't think anyone's expecting Magneto to start punching people. You know what I mean? So
exactly. He's just a dude. He's literally in his 90s at this point. So you know, yikes. But you know, aside from that, we did see that they're going to go for a more comic accurate version of the Sentinels in this. Which
I was so happy with that. I'm so tired of. I'm like avoiding the giant robot situation.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Robots, guys.
I mean, don't get
that.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, audience. I grown to appreciate what they did with the Sentinels in Days of Future Past, both the future and the past.
I agree with that. I agree with that. As the full threat, the ones from the future are easily the deadliest Sentinels I've ever seen.
Oh, they're fucking terrifying,
oh,
dude.
God, dude.
Those things. Oh my God.
If the comics made them the final version of Sentinel, I've been perfectly fine with that. Because they definitely feel like in-game death of everything for mutants.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people didn't like that proto design. I kind of agree with that. The proto design kind of
I mean, it's very, what's called? Yeah, it is proto, very stage one design.
It looked kind of like the Rock'em Sock'em robots for me, bro. I was like, what is it?
Yeah. That wasn't the final design, audience. You know, let's cut them some slack. They tried making it look real old school. You know, so. Yeah, but aside from the Sentinels, we do see Cyclops here, and he is wearing the comic accurate suit. And this goes. Remember, audience.
Yeah, we can see a full power blast for the first time, literally ever, on screen.
Yep, this is one of the reasons why.
Not on the silver. guys.
The
Yep.
closest we got, if people remember, is him shooting the beam at Apocalypse, and it was still like a super small eye beam.
Yep. Oh wow, I know, right?
And I want you to know,
Audience,
by the
I
way,
know.
Dark Phoenix was the first time we got a ricochet shot as an X for Cyclops in the film. Did you know that?
No, wouldn't that be
No,
the
that was a
first
practice
the
one
first
they
movie?
did, but not against an opponent.
Oh, okay. Because no,
In the
I
original
remember
X
they did
Men,
that
we had to
in
see him. He was shooting, doing the ricochet and shooting the targets and stuff, but he
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
do it in a fight.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So, all right, you're definitely going to expect a lot of fan service moments here, audience. For God's sakes, he's wearing the comic accurate suit. Because
He even
remember,
ripped
audience,
off the cowl, bro. That shit was funny.
yeah. Remember, audience, they originally wanted Cyclops to pop up as like one of the extras in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, but they wanted to save him for something bigger. So
Yeah.
here's the reason.
But people don't remember because how ran through Wolverine is when it comes to films and stuff. They did want the MCU, just like when they did with Spider-Man. They're like, we want to focus on different villains and stuff. For him, they said we want to go back and make Cyclops the main X-Men for the films.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
So that most likely means they're going to do like the original X-Men team and then go forward from that when that comes around.
Yeah.
I think it makes perfect sense, especially after 20 years of Wolverine kind of cucking this dude in films.
Oh yeah, I still will never forget Apocalypse, where they tried setting up like Jean and Cyclops as a couple. They spent the whole movie doing that, but then like the last like 30 minutes when they bring in Wolverine and Jean Grey sees him for the first time, damn, instant connection. I'm like, God damn, dude.
That reminds me of in the original Ultimate X-Men book when Logan had intimate relations with a 19-year-old Jean Grey.
I know, right?
I did not like that book that much. Okay,
that was
Jake liked it. He just liked their trifling.
It was of its time, audience. Yeah. It was of its time,
Jake always loved them being petty. That's the only reason he liked that book.
Yeah.
I only liked that book because I wanted to see a lot more of Northstar and Colossus together, but I didn't get that.
If we're being real, I mean, Wolverine is a straight up creep in that universe. I mean, we will never forget what he did.
Yeah.
He also watched his,
he watched his own potential kids have sex.
Let's stick to the topic,
But,
I want to rant.
Yeah, so Cyclops. I guess we'll segue to our next thing too. But seeing Cyclops go, I'm not gonna talk about right now. But seeing Cyclops go like full power over time felt like a big deal. Especially going forward, because this is a dude that can cut the signals in half with his own laser. Well, at least the standard signals, clear out forests, like some of the crazy stuff Cyclops ever done. You would never know. It didn't make it. It didn't make it in any cartoons yet, and it hasn't made it to. It never got a chance to be in live action.
Correct,
man. Every film is picking up something bigger. They can let Cyclops use a little slightly bigger beam.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think like the most his optic beams were able to do was just peel the skin off of Hulk. That's all I remember.
If you want to be real about it. If there is one him sending Hulk through mountain.
Oh, okay.
Because it's just a force. So like, depending on how strong the Hulk is in that moment, he depends on how much damage he'll do when he goes all out. Gotcha. But I think he sent a Hulk through a mountain and kept sending him flying. And then I think the other big thing was he cleared out. They said half a city worth of forest when he wanted to get these people away from him. And him, Wolverine, like the film Wolverine's like, damn, bro. Sometimes I remember why you're the leader of the X-Men.
Dude, his neck must be crap at this point, because of all the recoil that has to put on his neck,
I think that was the only reason I was okay with him being like his eyes are a portal to the punch dimension. Like it's a dumb thing.
Yeah.
But it literally gets rid of like all the negatives his powers will have. And the eyes are just portals, just so he don't get no recoil or anything. I was like, yeah, I guess.
It's the only explanation you could really give, like, yeah.
Talk about his outfit. Look at that.
Yeah. You can't get any more comic accurate than that, audience. I don't know what else you will want. Like, as far as
I have to have a favorite suit of a Cyclops. You can't remember what it is right now.
Gotcha. I mean, as far as like how I believe the Russo brothers are going to handle him, like keep in mind, audience, like when Cyclops was being handled by Fox, they kind of did him dirty, not just in their first adaptation of X-Men, but their second adaptation of X-Men. So really,
Yeah, because they
it's
wanted to
just more of
focus
an
on
upgrade.
Wolverine.
I know, but this
That was
leads to
my
my point.
problem. It didn't make sense. Like,
It leads
I
up to
get
my
you want to do
point.
like the Jean Grey thing, or he liked Jean Grey,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end of the day, like that shit even went into his soul film. When you dream about Jean Grey, and it's like, bro, she's with somebody else. Just move on. You're in a grown. Looks like this isn't a combo. You're a grown man. This looks weird.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think it was like a 1-2 punch because I'm pretty sure like even the actor was like wanting to get out of the Cyclops role too. You know,
Yeah, Dave Marston.
he
At that
stated
point, because
he's
the way they were treating him and how much role he like, he supposed to be the leader. He supposed to have all this agency. He don't really have any. He was ready to go do something else, which ended up being
yep,
a whole lot of films where he was riding around with a fake animal
yep,
And also
and
Hairspray. He was in Hairspray, guys.
and hairspray.
and he was in what
This
was
man
that
had 4
Enchanted
films
movie?
where he had a robot, like a fake animal riding with him. By the way,
Yeah.
Wow,
I mean,
and
you know
apparently,
what? It could have been worse.
and he was in Yogi Bear.
yeah. And apparently, according to like the actor, right, it is difficult to act as Cyclops because remember, like the eye situation, you can't really.
I never
It's hard
understood
to
that
do
argument
emotion.
though.
Mhm.
I don't
Because
Go
think
like
you
ahead.
need to
voice
know with eyes
actors
to
do
get the
stuff
emotion. You have
fine.
your whole rest of your face. You're like not Doctor Doom in a full mask. We can
Well,
tell
They
what
can still
emotions you're
like
feeling based on your
style.
like the face you make.
it's not impossible. It's just difficult. I think is what he's trying to say.
Isn't that
So,
like voice actors do it all the time, dude? It's fine.
well, I mean, they have animators doing their characters' emotions as well. Not
Yeah,
long as
but in the recording booth, 9 times out of 10, they only have storyboards to work off of,
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
and they
true.
only have their voice to emote. They can do it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Gotcha.
you just have to. But yeah, he said he did say he had a problem with that. Well, like it's fine. It's whatever. Like you said,
Yeah.
he ripped off the cowl, so he probably won't have it for most of the film,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine because Scott can just wear glasses.
Yep. That's true. But yeah,
But
I mean, anything else
yeah,
you guys want to add to this?
Not really.
Gotcha.
This movie
I
is
hope
shit. I'm gonna blame you guys.
if they're doing this, I do want to see how they end up handle Havoc and stuff because
Right.
so you remember in the other movies when they did Havoc, he was just shooting red beam from stomach, man.
I remember.
Oh
That's
my
the
So
god,
problem.
make Alex
Look,
Summers
well,
cool again, or make him a complete
well,
dweeb. I don't know. Pick
well,
one.
it's not just the problem of like him being like just the guy who shoots lasers out of his stomach. I mean, that's a problem with a whole lot of the mutants as a whole because a lot of them are just going to be relegated to okay, that's a person who is a porcupine. Okay, that's a person who regrows limbs.
that's
That's a
why
person who can
that's why I thought it was
wiggle.
weird though because like he had like he had a character in like the first one and they
If we
killed
can
him
Yeah.
off
recap
and
that,
he
I
didn't
want
show
an
up in the next one.
adaptation of the X-Men Evolution episode where Scott sees Havoc and then they get like recruited by Magneto and they go into that machine and they come out as Sigma men, bro.
I remember
They had like the
that.
chiseled jaw lines and the white hair and shit. That shit was funny.
Yep.
Speaking of that,
They
I will
became
say
nightmares.
that Cryptid
Yeah.
should okay. So people don't know in the comics for X-Men. I know people don't want to do Dark Phoenix again, but I feel like you have to do Dark Phoenix again. Dark
Well,
Phoenix
I feel
is
like you need to take your
Dark.
time with it this time.
The
Two
problem
champ.
with Dark Phoenix is that people they keep trying to act like it's the end of a trilogy, like it's the end of something, but it's really the beginning of all the space stuff that X-Men do.
Yeah.
It literally starts all of that. So it's kind of weird they always try to end on it. So I do think just like with Fantastic Four doing Galactus, they might just jump straight into Dark Phoenix. So they can jump straight into the other actual bigger space stuff going on.
Mhm.
I do think they might do it.
I think we'll get like a version of Jean Grey as a Dark Phoenix. 'Cause, like you would think like Doctor Doom will want to take her out, or at least you absorb her power in this sort of event. So
And yeah, watch Doctor Doom gonna reveal he took control of these Sentinels, and he had to make sure Jean Grey died first.
he'll make them Stark approved Sentinels. Hey, happened in the comics, audience. Hope so. Yeah. 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 just we have a lot of speculations, and yeah, it's gonna be exciting when we actually see the trailer come out, audience. So yeah, look forward to that. All right, you guys have any final thoughts on this before we move on?
Did you say you want to talk about the Cap thing?
Oh yeah, the
No.
Captain America thing. Yeah, I did get a chance to talk about Captain America, the Captain America trailer when we were discussing it, right? Couple things. Looking forward to bringing Ian Rogers because, like, I think they could still make it work. Because, like, hey, if they're doing Battle World, it's made up of fragments of all sorts of other realities. You could easily write that Cap and Peggy's son got sent to the Hail Hydra world, which is something that happened in Secret Wars 2 audience. So it is in canon, So that'll be cool. And Steve coming back. I just want to see that group shot of all four of the Caps. I just want to see Steve, Bucky, John, and Sam all together. Like damn. Please make it happen, Russo brothers. You've been doing Captain America pretty good in the projects you've been handled. So please do me justice, man. Do me justice. Look forward to that. So. Yeah, and if you are doing Ian Rogers, I'm thankful that you're jumping into his battle armor and completely skipping over that dang ridiculous nomad costume. I don't need to see the V-neck. So yeah,
No,
yeah.
give me the V-neck. I want the V-neck.
V-neck is not going to do him any justice. It's not going to do.
Marvel.
It's not going to help him in a battle world. The armor that Ian has in the comics, that's going to help him in battle world, So yeah. So that's really what I wanted to get my input on, So yeah. All right then. You guys want to move on to the next topic?
Please.
Okay. So Austin, this is your topic too again.
Wonder Man.
I watched it too.
Why did you watch it? So what you know about Wonder Man?
I know some things about Wonder Man. I know that a lot of the time, sometimes when they don't want to pair Wanda Maximoff with Vision, they sometimes pair him with her, which I'm like.
To be fair, Wonder Man is part of Vision.
He is also a part of the Avengers. Okay, I'm just listing stuff off the top of my head. Okay, leave me alone.
And I heard just date the same person.
I like his costume. I don't really care that much for Wonder Man, but I will give this show a chance because I will give it a chance. Yeah. Because Marvel is just barely promoting it now.
To be
literally
fair,
the month that it's coming out.
To be fair,
did the same thing with Ironheart, and I'm starting to see a pattern.
It's literally because these were the last shows before they said they were going to do the revamp stuff, and they already did most of it.
Yeah, but they can at least promote it more.
I don't think they have any real faith in them.
Like 2 months ago.
I think this is going to be good. I think the premise is interesting enough. I just don't think they have any real faith in it.
Too. I'm just saying you could have started promoting it.
I agree. I just don't think they have real faith in it.
And they're releasing all the episodes all at once, too, aren't they?
Yeah, they'll have real faith in it. That's right there.
Okay, that's not a good sign then. Like, yikes.
Yeah, because Marvel kind of wants this to fail.
This was from the.
If it's good, it's gonna be good. But everything is set up in here because I almost sent this to Cryptids. I really want to talk about this. Anyone who didn't watch the trailer, Wonder Man is a man who's hiding his superpower so he can be an actor. In the comic, I think he was more a stuntman before he was an actor. I think he was really a stuntman.
I don't really read Wonder Man comics.
I just remember they took his stuntman role and gave it to She-Hulk in that Hulk show when they had a cartoon.
Okay.
But in the show, superheroes are banned. People's powers are banned from being actors because of somebody named Doorman. People don't know Doorman is a mutant.
Yeah.
So this is technically going to be our what? Second X-Men or mutant in Marvel? Well, third.
Complicated. I don't know.
You count Namor, you have to count the guy, Mr. Immortal from.
Namor is a mutant.
Yeah, Namor, Mr. Immortal from She-Hulk, and then this guy.
Kamala Khan.
No, she was changed to me. I don't count that.
Yeah, she was changed to be a mutant because of the MCU. We don't count that.
So, but apparently, Doorman did something that we're going to see in the show. And apparently, he's going to have a scene with Josh Gad, who is that guy from Pixels, the fat guy from Pixels. That's all I know him. But the idea that this dude messed up so bad they had to make a rule for no supers in Hollywood is very interesting to me. I really Yeah, I think I make it known I'm a very like detailed guy when it comes to like certain stuff. So doing the details, I do want to know like the little nitty gritty with this type of stuff. I think that's kind of interesting to see how superheroes have affected the world to the same degree. Like they had their own real superhero to fatigue situation, and a director wants to combat that with his own movie called Wonder Man, which is the show they're trying to combat superhero fatigue with.
Yeah.
They brought back Trevor, which I know was a hit or miss for some people.
Yeah.
I think if they do him right, I feel like he could be a competent character.
If he's just how he is in the trailer, where he's literally just the guy's mentor and stuff, he's not trying to be overly funny, I think I can be fine with that.
I agree with that, but we're gonna have to wait and see later this month.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but I actually like the actor they chose. The actor they chose for Wonder Man, I can't say his name because I can't pronounce it. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I don't really want to butcher him. But look it up. This dude's great. He was in Candyman. He was some other stuff that I really like. I actually like what he's trying to do. I like his acting in the scenes, him preparing for the role on other stuff and trying to keep his powers secret. I think the scenes that we've seen so far have been good. I think it's an interesting premise, and not really something we had before. And you can only really do that in the MCU, like right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. So this is like the only time we're ever gonna get a show like this, and I think this could be. I think this show's gonna be a 7 or 8. I'm not even gonna lie. I think it's gonna be better than. I'm not gonna say it. Let me not say it. I think it's gonna be as good as Moon Knight.
As long as like it could be just as good or even better than Ironheart, in my opinion. But I'm gonna have to wait and see before I can cast any judgments, because I really did like Ironheart. I thought it was a very compelling story.
But I didn't think it was bad.
I liked it.
I think what's going to make and break this show for me, specifically the audience, is their reliance on like fourth wall breaks, like specifically with the MCU fatigue and like the stunt casting situation.
Doesn't really have fourth wall breaks, but I think
he means
referencing his meta commentary.
Yeah, he means meta commentary.
Meta commentary on this. I mean, like they are definitely going to be making a statement about like, you know, the stunt casting of Wonder Man, you know, the actor here not resembling what the original Wonder Man was.
Even the character on the poster is white in the show.
Yep. So yeah, I'm just curious how are they going to handle that? You know?
Yeah, it's either going to be very pretentious or it's going to be very interesting, and or we're going to see they try to walk that line. I'm interested to see how they do his powers, because Wonder Man I think he was only just super strong and stuff first, and then he got the powers that everyone knows of, like turning into energy and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, this one they don't seem to be doing his pacifist art, at least right now.
Nah, it's too early for that, really. You know. So
I want him to start a pacifist and over the course of the show get broken down. They have to fight.
Yep. Wait, who's the main villain of this series again?
We do not know. Let Jake look it up. I don't remember.
It should be the Reaper, but
it should be his brother. The Reaper is his brother, by the way. People don't know that.
Yeah.
It's me. I'm the villain. I'm the person who ruined the movies for the mutants. So I'm sorry.
But I think it's gonna be interesting how they handle it. Here's a very touch and go situation. I'm excited though, overall.
Gotcha. Well,
I like it. I like the guy out there when he got in his red and black, when he had the glasses on. I was like, that looks like that's Simon's outfit. That's definitely Simon's outfit.
Yep. Well, we'll see what happens.
I just think it's weird they're doing this at the same time. They just canceled West Coast Avengers, which Simon was in, and then we're getting like his number one. Which like I don't think people are going to go to because they see the show. They can go to get the comic. They're two different like things at all.
Yeah, there's something different about like the Wonder Man from the TV show and the Wonder Man in the comic. I just can't put my finger on it.
Not even like visually, just like everything about Wonder Man comics is different from what they're setting up in the show. At least from what we saw. Yeah. So there's like nothing here. If you're reading the current comic, you'll be like, oh yeah, let me check out the show other than the name, and then vice versa.
Yep. Well, see what happens, you know.
At least he's not with White Tiger getting one way after the fact that the show came out.
True. But we'll see what happens when we get there, you know? So, all right. You guys have any final thoughts on this before we move on?
No,
If this failed, I'm sad we wasted this actor on this role.
I know. I agree.
True. But, all right then. Okay, audience. With that, let's move on to the next topic.
Oh, lovely.
Which, do you want to do the honors of this one?
Don't take credit for shit.
That guy I hate, bro. I feel like every time he opens his mouth, it's
dude.
crazy shit for no reason.
Dude,
I did two scenes where Cyclops were cool.
It's not.
I'm the reason Cyclops has a resurgence in the comics right now. Like, no.
Wow. Wow, dude. Someone who speaks very highly of themselves. Like, look, I know there are some people who are still on your side, Beau Demayo, but like stunts like this, statements like this, are really turning people away from you at this point. You know, like, ooh. Okay, so what exactly happened, Austin? Austin, you there?
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
I thought you were on the way.
Okay, gotcha. Now, can you explain the situation here?
He explains that according to him specifically, he said the only reason Cyclops is so big and the only reason the Russo brothers specifically are hyping up Cyclops and you're going to see Cyclops be cool in the film is because the scenes that he did in '97. Specifically, the only two scenes that people talk about with Cyclops was the first scene you see him in, where he had the little fight scene, and then him coming from the jet.
That is a bit of a leap of logic right there. You know,
I possibly would have gave it to him. It was literally anybody but the Russos who's try. When it comes to street level people, they do try. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Cyclops is inherently street level, but you know what I mean. He's a hand-to-hand fighter with a power.
Yeah. You know.
So I thought Russo would have tried to make Cyclops do anything cool anyway, just being the leader of the team. I think he might have had the same respect to Captain America for them, but I'm sure they would try to hold him to that same degree because that's who he is for his team.
Yeah. You know. But yeah, he seems to just want to get his piece of the pie in this situation.
He does it every time, bro. It's like him that another guy, another director. Anytime Marvel does anything, the Deadpool dude, creator Deadpool.
Rob Liefeld, yeah.
Yeah, anytime Marvel does anything, they feel the need to throw in their face how this is bad, this is terrible. I inspired this. I did this better.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, wait.
Deadpool, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
you're the sperm. You're the guy who gave the sperm for Deadpool, dude. Like that's it. Like,
and like for this guy's credit, like he could have said it in a different way, but you don't try to take all the credit. Cyclops wasn't cool at all, so like till I did it. Like Cyclops was always a huge character. He's in every cartoon. It's literally just the movies that did him dirty. Cyclops probably has a great moment in every cartoon he's been in before '97.
Yep. I mean, even in the comics, dude, for like the past 20 years, he's been a pretty dynamic presence in X-Men.
I still think Evolution is the best version of Scott I've seen on screens.
Villain Cyclops is some of the my villain Cyclops, probably my favorite Cyclops there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just because he killed Charles Xavier, who they keep demonizing every time he shows up, but seeing him fully commit to the cause, like to the insane degree, with just from being the what people thought was the Boy Scout.
Boy Scout, yeah.
I thought that was a really good turn for his character, and then Wolverine having to step up and become the teacher type role that he Cyclops was for everybody was a very good dynamic for them. Before they just went back to what everything was anyway.
Yep, go back to the status.
Why did you choose this picture for this guy, bro?
Hey, I had to look. Audience, I have to look through a dozen pictures to find the perfect one to fit for the topics we're talking about, right, audience?
And you chose this one.
And you chose the OnlyFans picture.
You know what? I wanted you guys to share my burden this time. All right, like it was either this.
Trust me, we probably could have found a different picture of Beau Demayos.
Hey, would you rather me bring up the picture where he's wearing the Magneto helmet? Possibly only wearing the Magneto helmet.
No, I don't want to hear about this dude.
No, I don't want this live stream to get fucking flagged because you wanted to show nudity.
No. Oh boy, I did everything I did everything, audience, but actually make it an OnlyFans account to find a perfect picture, you know? So, yeah, ain't going there. I mean, hey, that's his only source of income at the moment, isn't it? I mean, I said this before, right? Like, it doesn't matter if like he's right or wrong in the situation that he's getting a lawsuit to Disney with. After this, I don't imagine studios are gonna want to hire him because of the reputation of
No.
a whistleblower. You know?
After the scene was on his OnlyFans, I can see why they was uncomfortable having to be the main guy. Like that's literally what all it was.
Yeah.
And then you told all the kids who wanted to know the truth to come to your OnlyFans to find out the truth.
Mm-hmm. And you were giving,
And you
I
charged
would
them for it.
and you were giving more spicier images like this to your coworkers. Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
not gonna act like what he did with X-Men 97 wasn't good. Besides the
Yeah.
Black Panther thing, I'm still mad about that. But
If you think about it, it could have been worse.
yeah.
Yep.
I don't feel comfortable with the what if writers coming in for the next season.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
don't trust what if writers.
Yeah,
I'm sad.
I don't either.
They've had some. Okay, I'll say they were 30% good and 70, other. You know, 70% other. You know, so
Dare to ask the question: what if X-Men '97 wasn't as good as it was before?
But it's one of those situations where it probably for the best he was removed. With how problematic he was being, it probably would have got worse. Usually, if a guy's showing weird behavior at the start of a show, it's only worse by the end of the show. You know what I mean? So we just have to deal with the consequences of removing them. See what happens.
Yep. So yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm sure this isn't going to be the last time we talk about Beau. So
I wish it
yeah.
was.
Just wait until the movie actually comes out, Austin. We'll see what he says then.
You see how Cyclops turned his head right here? I invented that move.
Oh wait, isn't season 2 coming of X-Men 97 coming out this year? Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah. Bring out the popcorn man on his Twitter feed. So, all right. Okay, guys. Ready to hit the next topic?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a sec. All right, I got this one. We're talking about The Simpsons, The Fall of Gaia. Right. I'm surprised that I'm actually talking about this episode. It's actually gonna be based on the bubble. It's about the BumblebeeMan audience, you know. This leads into like another sort of topic, right? When it comes to like a recast of a character to fit more in line with someone from their community, right? Um, there have been attempts to course correct on that situation, right? But sometimes they haven't really been keeping the spirit of that character. Like the best examples I could give for Snake Eyes in the Snake Eyes movie, what's it called Khan from King of the Hill, Dr. Hibbert from The Simpsons. Yeah, it almost kind of feels like you're neutralizing them in that. But here, though, audience, yeah, of course, they had to find a new voice actor for BumblebeeMan. And I gotta say, this felt like they actually elevated BumblebeeMan, who was formerly just a minor character, you know? He would come in the background for those short segments and say, like, hey, you know? So let me see. Okay. All right. And so we finally get an episode dedicated to him and his origins. This is him without a mask, and we see him in his younger days. I gotta bring this up. So yeah, he had dreams of coming to America to be a big movie time actor. You know, he wasn't expecting to be a physical comedian actor, but hey, when you come to this country, you take the jobs you could get. You know, and I just like the design of him here, man. He just looks like people I know in real life. You know. Oh, before he was Bubble Man, audience, his real name is Pedro Chesperito. So yeah, nice tidbit of information right there. He comes into Springfield after some bad directions from a money hungry coyote, hence the money eating coyote here. You know, that was funny. So he gets his start find success in Canal Ocho. So yeah, he starts doing slapstick comedy. Fortunately, like after years of going through that, you can't really do that anymore when you're like in your 50s or whatever. So he had to find a stunt double, which was Homer, right? And it was just, and for a segment, this was a commentary on people who do physical comedy at the expense of their own well-being. I mean, for God's sakes, even Johnny Knoxville from Jackass was in this episode, saying, "Oh my God, Bumblebee Man, you're a big inspiration to me growing up," So I thought that was good. Yeah, some more funny segments happen here, and it really ends with like him and Homer falling off like one of the pyramids in Mexico because they were going to be making a movie where he was going to be the main character, right? It was going to be called The Humblebee Man. Aw, I thought that was pretty sweet. And this is one thing I want. This is where I was going to bring up. Jake was thankfully able to bring up a video here. Let me bring it up, guys, and show you what I'm talking about. Do-do-do.
¡Ay, mamacita chula! El dolor de este hombre me quita mis propias penas.
Why did I bring up that audience? Because this leads to a new voice actor who's voicing Bumblebee, right? Let me bring up their picture. Where are they? Sorry. Okay. So the new voice actor they got for Bumblebee Man is actually Humberto Velez, who actually does the Spanish dubbing of Homer Simpson in the Spanish version of The Simpsons. That voice. Yeah, I mean, like, oh wow, that's actually a good. That's actually a good way to work it out. And that line you see him, that line from the clip I showed you, that's exactly how he talks when he's voicing Homer. Like, oh my God, that's the ribbon in the present right there, audience. The little extra
So
dose of salt.
who voices him as the Bumblebee guy in the actual episode in his dub?
Actually, he voices the Bumblebee Man in this episode of Simpsons.
No, he said who voices Bumblebee Man in the Spanish version.
Oh, in the Spanish version, I think they keep funny enough because the Bumblebee Man always talks in Spanish, right? Like in the English dub by Hank Azaria, they keep that dubbing of him in South America. Hey, I know, right?
You start the episode. I thought it was going to be worse. I thought it was going to be like how the Barney episode was. Did you see the Barney episode?
I didn't see it. What was it?
The Barney episode reveals that Homer's the one who ruined his life. They got him addicted to drinking.
Oh wow!
He was a 10 valedictorian in college and stuff. Like, he was big. He was going to make it in life. And then what's up, pressuring him to drink beer.
Wow!
And he who he is himself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Homer wins at the end of the day because hey, at least he had a family, So yeah. Again, I thought that was like a really nice touch that they actually got the Spanish voice actor to come to the States and voice the Bumblebee Man from here on out. And there was like an emotional scene between Homer and the Bumblebee Man. That was really sweet. They were crying with each other. They were hugging each other. Bumblebee Man calls Homer, "You're the best, my bestest non-Mexican American friend." So, aw, that was sweet. And pretty much like the whole episode, you kind of see like other tidbits like that. Like, heck, when the Bumblebee Man was doing a signing, right? One of the people who was coming in for an autograph was a mother and daughter. Those two were actually the voice actresses of Lisa and Marge from the Spanish dubbing too. So I'm like, oh wow, this is it's a, I like the tribute they're doing, in this. And of course, they bring in a bunch of like celebrity guest cameo appearances. Heck, they even make a music video for the Bumblebee Man in this episode. from an actual Mexican band called Los Tigres del Norte, So, aw, that was cool.
Guy did a whole tribute episode, but definitely had to get retired.
I know, man. That's it sucks to see that they treat a character like Bumblebee so uplifting in this episode, only to hear that like, oh, another character who ended up getting retired, which yeah, that sucks, And by elevating, I don't just mean like, more layers to his character. You see that aside from the Bumblebee costume audience, Pedro, he's actually a really successful entrepreneur, He has his own Mexican restaurant called Ay Caramba, And he even has his own line of liquor, too. Called...
He's talking about a Mexican restaurant.
Well, his signature catchphrase is ay, 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 And he even has his own branded tequila called Ay, mi cabeza. I hope that has some oranges and that's an orange flavored tequila, All you long-standing Simpsons fans, if you know, you know. So yeah, this is one of the things I like that they handled so well. They just elevated what was supposed to be a minor character in the show, So that was really cool. And by the end, of course they gave the big music video at the end. Celebrating not just BumblebeeMan and all his antics, right? Oh, look at that. This is from his show audience.
Why do you have a Spanish version of Playboy called Playboy?
Playboy. Oh man. So funny.
P-L-E-Y.
Jake Austin, he suffers for his fans. Hilariously suffering for his fans, And my favorite part in this actually was towards the end credits, where it actually also gave a tribute to all the other Hispanic characters that have been with the Simpsons over the years. These are all of them. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend to know all the people here, audience, because okay, don't try to expect like every Hispanic person you meet to know every single Hispanic celebrity out there. Come on. But it was great to see them. You see Pepe in the bottom right hand corner. He was Homer's adopted little brother for a time in the early seasons of The Simpsons. You see Senor Ding Dong, the guy with the Ding Dong helmet. He was in The Simpsons for just one episode, for one skit. Oh, what was that, Austin?
Like I just skipping over their doctor.
Oh, Dr. Nick de Riviera. Man, audience, it was actually my brother who brought this up, right? When we watched The Simpsons, right? He's the one who told me, yeah, Nick Riviera, that Dr. Nick guy, he looks Argentinian. I was like, really? Oh, I didn't notice that. Oh, okay. Now the more I look at him, yeah, I guess it would make sense, Like, and when I learned that his last name was Riviera, I was like, oh, okay. I'm glad they kind of made that canon, And I'm also happy that they decided not to darken up his skin, audience, because yeah, that's one thing media, especially in the comics, have been trying to do. Like, they've been trying to establish, like, okay, if a character has some Latin origins, and all of a sudden they're going to want to brown up their skin, and I'm like, that, there are some light skinned Hispanics out there, right? Yeah, I'm looking at you, Kyle Renner and Green Lantern, So, I was very happy by that. So, yeah, this was a very satisfactory episode. It was one of the best episodes The Simpsons have released in years. So, it was good, And yeah, I just really wanted to take a segment to talk about that, Audience, like one of my best friend in real life, right? He's Argentinian, huge Simpsons fanatic, Like, you don't even see any walls in his room because it's covered in Simpsons merchandise, Oh, and here's a fun.
Go to Universal and go ride the Simpson ride and get the toys from there.
Oh yeah, he lives in Florida, so he definitely pays visits those theme parks with the Simpsons on them,
Hey man, that ride was amazing.
Gotcha. Oh, and one tidbit of trivia for all y'all, right? Damn, that picture didn't upload here. I wish it was able to upload. But those donuts that Homer likes so much,
Yeah.
right? That are staple to him. funny enough, those donuts are actually from my country in Bolivia. You see that, like the donuts that Apu gets for the Quickie Mart, he gets them from Bolivia because, of course, he will be cheap enough to want to get cheap donuts from
That's like it'll be harder.
yeah, cheap donuts from South America, not just South America audience, but also the poorest country in South America. So like, of course you would. But that's just like one of those it's just one of those trivia facts that just makes me appreciate The Simpsons even more, you know? So yeah, you don't see much Bolivian representation out there, audience, and those are just entertaining bits I see, you know? So yeah. All right. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about this episode. Really hilarious, really fun. Go watch it, audience, you know. Go support the BumblebeeMan, you know. And give a
Bring
last
back,
ay ay ay. Oh, what was that, Austin?
bring back Itchy and Scratchy.
Oh no, they got canceled, man.
Now, I don't think, I know they haven't been. They didn't want to use them for a while.
Oh wow, because they were too violent. Ah, god dang it.
It
You
might
see,
be
this is what
you know, they was doing that move with Looney Tunes. They probably didn't want them airing at the same time of a murderous Looney Tunes.
I do remember there was one episode a couple of years ago of The Simpsons, right, where they made a commentary about, like, you know, oh, the next Itchy and Scratchy project, like all the fans were excited to hear the announcement, only to find out that Itchy and Scratchy were going to be replaced by girls. It was like,
I
oh,
remember that. That was a long time ago.
yeah, it's hard to keep all the episodes straight at this point.
I
But
remember that.
Simpsons, yep, thought that was a good commentary, you know. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about this episode, audience. Go watch it, you know. So all right. With that, let's move on to the next topic.
Look. Strange Things review, and I'll be honest with you. I don't know who asked for this, but I hate you.
It was Kara, friend of the children.
We love you, Kara. I don't know about Austin.
You have made an enemy for life today. You're a friend to the children, and not an enemy to me specifically. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I hate this finale.
Oh, you're apparently not the only one, from what I've been hearing online. So, what happened?
Long story short, the first hour is them beating the bad guy, and the rest of the hour, the other hour is just them being like, "Well, let's try to move on."
Really?
When I say
Okay.
the final fight, okay, look. So the big twist with the Stranger Things was the Upside Down is a wormhole to a different planet.
Okay.
So the place they were scared of, where they were kept finding monster stuff, that's just a wormhole to the planet they're from. So this whole movie is basically the government, the main characters, and going to that planet to fight Vecna, who is the villain, save their sister Holly, who is being kidnapped by Vecna, and stop the Mind Flayer, who is a giant spider kaiju.
Okay.
Perfect. This is the worst boss fight I've seen in my goddamn life. Perfect. If I came here with a gun and shoot at Godzilla, you think Godzilla gonna care? That one person shooting him?
Yeah. I don't know. Would you care if a mosquito bites you? Like, audience, I have no stake in this because I never watched Stranger Things. So, yeah, I'm just learning all this for the first time.
Between 11 and Vecna was just the fight from the Jedi, the Last Jedi.
Okay. All right.
Where they both put their hand out and you're using the Force. And then and if you just use the Force, they'll push them back. And then everyone else fights the kaiju just by shooting it with bullets and setting it on fire. And that's enough for them to kill Vecna and kill the monster. That fight didn't last 10 minutes, bro.
Oh, wow. Wow. Budget cuts? I don't know. How else will you explain that lackluster final boss fight, you know?
And then there are so many questions like you had. Where are the demigorgs and stuff? This will be the home planet. Can you imagine, like, you go to Earth and there's, like, no humans? You're going to ask about them. These are their things. The Demigorgons, the Demi-Bats, the Demi-Dogs, this is their home. Not one guy showed up.
Yikes.
They spent the most of this thing walking, and no one ever shows up. Like, they don't see one.
Maybe they forgot it was his birthday and they all just went out clubbing.
Yeah.
Jake saw it, so he saw how boring.
Jake, what are your thoughts on this, man? Are you on the
I
hate
stopped
train?
caring after like an hour.
Whoa. Okay.
The government chasing and then the problem is the same thing I had with James Gunn, where they're hyping up their projects and they're saying stuff, and that stuff doesn't come across in what they're doing.
Okay.
They hype up, oh yeah, it's gonna be a bloodbath. People are gonna die, all that stuff. No one dies, scripted. Even the people critically injured. A woman got her throat ripped out, her chest ripped open, and her stomach ripped open, and she was fine.
Okay.
It was like everything they kept saying, try to hype up things for the final thing, that did not happen. You invested like years into this relationship between Mike and 11. Guess what? Nothing happened. You know why nothing happened? Because she faked her death and then she leaves. It's okay. So she's supposed to stay behind to lock the inside out so no one else can get there.
That's what I did.
We see her quote unquote sacrifice herself with just her standing there, very boringly, as her boyfriend screams forever. And then do a whole jump, like 18 months. And he's still sad and moping. I only be like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure she lived all this other stuff. They're like, nigga, what?
Oh no.
And they show her living. She's just traveling in the world to some random place.
With no food.
And I'm like, bro, if you love this girl, then y'all should just made a place to go meet up. Y'all can live off the grid together. You might well have been with the gay guy who liked you at this point.
Okay.
One of the guys, you see the one with next to the Lucas with the black male?
Okay. The one, the sports jacket, the blue jacket?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. So he had his coming out scene, which everyone knew he was gay from season 1.
Okay.
And they dragged that scene out for 20 minutes. That scene is longer than the final fight of the series.
Whoa.
And it's like everybody in this room you're talking to either don't know you, don't need to be here, or already know that you're gay.
It was also when time was of the essence. That's
it was
why.
scripted. It was like in the middle of time runs out. We have 20 minutes left for the world end. And he decided to call everyone there blame. I just need y'all to know I'm gay.
I'd rather be spending time with my family and loved ones.
It was his moment, but it's like, bro, my sister is about to be murdered. Can we please get the movie? And he was dragging it out, Chris. He was doing everything he can. I just said.
Fun fact about the scene is that they were filmed it for like how long was it? It was like 12 hours or something?
And they had to reshoot for 12 more hours.
Yeah, because none of the actors actually cared about the scene, so they couldn't get the emotion that they wanted. So
everyone, their mom knew this dude was gay from the start. So having to come out 8 years later, they're like, bro, duh. Like, no actor could muster up the full strength to give the scene the emotion it needed. So the point when you watch the scene now, one of the guys that confused the whole time, and then Lucas, the black dude, is just like not paying attention. It's so funny, bro.
This kind of seems like something they would that would have come out like in the early 2010s, like, you know, as a big shocker moment. But nowadays it's like, whatever, you know, like
because they dragged out too long. If they kept it and gave they gave it way too much time. They kept it a little bit shorter. I think it would have been fine.
No, I think just have
I tell you, scripted. We're trying to stop in the world. We're coming up with plans. You get a phone call, rush to this dude's house, and he's like, "I need y'all to sit down. I need to tell y'all I'm gay." It's like, bro, my sister's almost killed.
I mean, what? How long was the drive? Why didn't you could have just gotten to the car with his butt.
Like, had to drive longer than their conversation was.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, why not just have the conversation on the way there with your friend? You could be in the car with.
That's what I wanted to. So the reason he did it, cryptic, because he was worried that the villain was gonna somehow use it against him. And I'm like, bro, if the villain randomly came out and say, "Hi, you're gay," I promise you, nobody here would care.
Yep.
All these people will be your friends for years. They already know. I understand why they did the scene. I understand why it went so long. But they should have did it early in the episode. Or they should have did it in the last scene.
Yep. That's not
But
something you
like
want
so
to.
everything leading up to this fight was dragged out. Will gets Will, who's the guy who I just pointed out. He gets some cool moments. He's connected to the bad guy, so he can control him to a degree and connect to him. So you get some cool moments with that. But every character is kind of like trying to go through the motions. They're all tired of filming at this point. It'd be like watching like 4 or 5 Jennifer Raven from X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
You remember how she was in her like in Dark Phoenix and stuff? When she was pretty much done.
Yeah. Oh wow, really? That's
Those are
her
a lot
track.
of them.
Can
You
I
get
can I
over
say something about Stranger Things real quick?
Yes.
Go ahead.
That I remember when this show first came out when I was, I think, in my freshman year of high school, right?
Yeah.
Also the same year Prince died. Not important, but I just thought I'd bring that up. And it's still going on 6 years after I graduated.
Damn.
And also, I have not finished it after like episode 3 of the first season because I have bad memories with this show playing in the background.
Ooh.
You have to blame Game of Thrones.
So that's why I don't watch it. But I just wanted to bring that up, guys. I graduated 2020.
Uh-huh.
There's a show right before Game of Thrones and Game of Thrones. There's a show right before Game of Thrones, and then Game of Thrones came out. But both of these shows want to do like movie level production, and then they start taking years to come up with stuff, and then every TV show decides to do that. It's those two shows.
I'm just saying these
Everything
actors
could have been over.
look much like kids anymore. Just saying.
These kid dudes are 25, talking about they're still in like the second year of high school.
Oh,
You can't
God.
convince me for shit.
The main character is taller than all his teachers now.
For real. Trust me, I don't look the same than I don't look anything like how I used to look like when I was in fucking freshman year of high school, dude.
Mhm.
Also, like most of the chemistry with these characters are gone too, because they've been either someone don't really like each other that much now, or in the case of like the main parent, Mike and 11 is married and she has a kid.
Yeah, I know.
Oh boy.
And the other dude's gay.
Yeah, I also know that.
Like Mike,
Every time I
Mike,
look up the Wonder Twins on fucking TikTok, I always see Stranger Things content. I'm just like, no.
So he's not trying.
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
so both of them don't feel as comfortable they used to be kissing each other and stuff, like when they were first filming the show.
Yeah.
So a lot of their stuff was like super awkward. And they're like the main romance. And then you had the other chick, Mike's sister Nancy, and her love triangle situation. I ain't gonna, bro. I'll crib it. I came out the show like, just don't kill Steve and then kill Steve. So I was happy with that.
Wow.
Luckily, I was been fine with them off and off. Anybody else on the show at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Dustin was getting on my nerves. He used to be my favorite character. He was he's the one here with the hat.
Yeah.
But dude, I was done. My favorite characters are Steve and a teacher named Mr. Clark. The Mr. Clark has no context or anything, but he solved everything immediately. That's a Richard type shit. He never been upside down and said, well, it sounds like you're describing this, that, and this. I was like, holy shit, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I cannot say this is a good finale. I don't even think the final season is a good final season.
Yeah, I had one.
I'll just give like a 4 or 5.
Dang. I mean, I know finales with series is hard to do, audience. You know, that's why I always praise King of the Hill's original finale so much. But you have to realize, like, not every series will have that.
Like no one got a satisfying ending, and then they want you to be satisfied with the fact that 11 might be alive. But I was like, it would have been better if she actually sacrificed herself. If you're not gonna have them like meet up or do anything with it, it just wastes the time.
Nah, they just want to put one foot out the door just for like, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, they're doing a spinoff
reboot.
They won't have entity show people in it, and it won't be in his town, but it's gonna be talking about a rock that was in season 5.
Wow.
And then they have a cartoon show too, and it's like, so you end the show so you can hurry up and do your other projects. Is what it sounds like. It reminds you like when Game of Thrones was getting rushed, so the guys can go do Star Wars.
Yeah.
Getting cryptic. It only got worse. Because after they did the show, I want you to know they had like a Q&A, and every time they answer a question, they made the show worse.
Oh wow.
Every
So
time
that's
you
less
ask
is
someone, so what about this? What about that? They said, "Oh, I don't know. Oh, we didn't think about that." Or maybe they didn't know. Like, you're like, bro,
mm-hmm.
you
So
wrote the show.
sometimes less is more, audience. Less is more.
You
You
wrote the
know?
show. You wrote that these characters notice, and then you didn't have them act on this stuff. Crip, they'll be like, you knew that I had a weakness that if you punch me in the face, I will blow up. And then we fight, and you decide to do everything but punch me in the face. Now, if you're doing it to make a point that you want me to suffer, sure,
Mhm.
that's not what you're doing. You're
Mhm.
fighting for life. You want to win.
If there's one person you should be trusting to follow up a continuity, audience, it's a person you're it's the same person actually writing the stuff, you know.
My,
So
my problem, like, these are the same people. The reason I like Strange Things originally, because these people were very much attention to detail, like I am. They're in the first few 3 seasons. It's amazing, not just to the 80s, but to the stuff they set up, to just the little details of how certain things look in the background you wouldn't even think about.
yeah.
So to watch them lose all that in this final season, like right in, is insane to me. There's so much stuff they mess up their own stuff, like people not realizing it's a character's birthday and like other crazy stuff like that. I didn't care about the birthday thing because the world was in it, but a lot of people really did care.
Oh, okay.
But well, like it was like a lot of stuff, like a lot of different detail stuff. Like you, sometimes you only just need a line or a mention to fix certain stuff, and there's some stuff that just
Yeah.
breaks the show that you didn't think about it.
Mhm. Well, wish it was wish it gave you a satisfactory finale. Y'all were probably you all were hoping to get, but we all don't get what we want, you know. So
Nah, bruh, I I don't want to see any of these spinoffs. I don't want any. I just that need to be done.
man.
Stranger Things. I'm about to go move on to watch weirder stuff. All right.
I'm pretty sure even the actors are probably going to feel the same way too. You know, we got other things going on in our lives.
Of
You
course, they're
know.
not trying to keep acting like they in high school.
Yep. True.
I'm sure they did that thing I hate and like most of like a lot of stuff. So you remember the guy Will, who I said was gay?
Yeah.
How do you know in the epilogue they're just like, oh, he randomly went to a gay bar, met his boyfriend. Like, what?
That fast?
Dude, it's like a 2-second scene.
What?
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yep.
like he had a crush on the main character who was the kid with black hair next to the guy with the hat.
Yeah.
He talks about it when he comes out. And then during the final episode, they kind of talk about it again. And then when I tell you, like, the next time we see him, he just moved on with a new boyfriend. So like, where did this come from? Like last year, relationships, I hate that. The regular show did the same thing where they had Mordecai just randomly date and end up with some Batgirl. You remember that thing, Jake? I don't know if you.
Yeah.
And like last minute relationship things is always weird to me. Like, don't do that. That's not satisfying for anybody.
Yeah. Well, especially for a finale, you know, that's already rid of problems.
Yeah.
But is what it is.
Well, I will say that Hopper got a good ending. He got married. Shouts out to Hopper. That's Red Guardian.
Oh, okay. David Harbour.
Hopper, their our character got married. Congrats to him.
Well, at least somebody had a happy ending. So.
Everyone else I just moved away from town.
Yep. Cool. But yeah. You guys have any your final piece to say on Stranger Things before we move on?
I know I ain't do a good job reviewing, but I promise you though, I only found out about this a few hours ago, and I hated this finale. If I knew about this beforehand, like a few days ago, I would have rewatched it and probably had better notes and stuff. But I can't do this with this show, man.
We suffer for you fans, audience. We suffer for the audience. You know? So, alrighty. But, okay. With that, you guys want to move on to something lighter?
Yeah, so topic I actually want to talk about.
Okay, let's move on.
Jake.
Very good, Lawson.
Jake, are you good?
All right, Jake.
Oh, yeah, we lost him.
What do
So
you
go
think?
ahead.
It's scripted.
Something about horror comics for Star Wars or something like that.
No, not a horror
Dealt
comic.
with the horror before?
Not a horror comic, but a horror project, which I think is going to be a small show.
I want to see the Poltergeist take a Star Wars audience.
No.
One of those Force ghosts has to be corrupt, has to get corrupted at a certain point and want to take over someone's body. Come on, you know. So,
Bro, listen. There are 10 scary things in Star Wars, all right, that I really want this show to be about.
okay.
It's a woman named, I believe it's Abeloth. Abeloth,
Okay.
like like an eldritch being, bro. She is a creature, and she eats people. She eats plants. She is scary, bro.
Ew,
So,
okay.
look, so that and a ghost ship. A ghost ship in Star Wars is one of the scariest things possible.
What?
A ghost ship, in the sense of like you do your your space jump, and then when the space jump ends, nobody's there
Ooh.
because it implies that it seems like Star Wars, at least in the comics and some of the cartoons, is introducing like their own like negative aspects of the Force that kind of feels like the warp from Warhammer.
Yeah.
Alaboth was a character who I believe she was like the I don't know how many people know Star Wars, but there's this character called the father, I believe the daughter and the brother.
Okay.
They're like the three. I want to say close to you have to say the gods in Star Wars. They're in the episode of the Clone Wars for people who probably
the
know.
usual 4-parters they do.
What?
It was a 4-part episode where Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, and Anakin are on a routine exploratory mission and accidentally land on the Force planet where all these 3 Force gods are, and they think Anakin is the chosen one, and so they test him in various ways, pulling him to the light, the dark, and into the middle. They also spoil the ending of Star Wars for Anakin. But,
Oh wow.
Yeah, but they also erase his memory or some shit, but not of his interaction with the gods. So, it's kind of weird.
So before Disney took over, there was a fourth one of them. If you have a father, you have a daughter, you have a brother, or daughter, or whatever their titles were. That means you got to have a mom.
Yeah.
Does it?
Honestly, I don't think they've got adopted kids.
Well, I mean, immaculate conception through the father, you know.
Stop ruining this for you.
It's not his mind you need, after all.
Sure.
But this, okay, I'll get back to her in a second. My other main thing I really think it's going to be the Death Troopers. If you don't know, there's 2 versions of Death Troopers. That the Death Troopers are the black robots. I think they're Dark Troopers now. I think they got renamed. And yeah, you remember from Mandalorian. I think it's called Dark Troopers now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, fuck Dick too. And Death Troopers are these zombie-like Star Wars. So
Okay.
this is what happens. This is what I was talking about earlier. This is what happens when you do the space jump. This is like what happens with the ghost ship stuff.
Yeah.
When space jump goes wrong, yeah, atoms stuff don't come back and land the way they're supposed to. You're getting mutated. And this plague started from this mutated. It's on the ghost ship. Someone came and tried to pawn the ship and all that other stuff. The plague spread to them, and it was spreading to people and ships all over the galaxy, depending on where you are. I think you do a show about that, a short episode thing. I think that could be great. That or Avalanche. That's the only two. That's the only 2 major horror things I feel like you can do. Unless you make an anthology, which also be interesting. Because I don't know if people remember Star Wars Battlefront 2, the last one. No, not the original. They had a version of the game where you fight the Ewoks at night, and you really realize how horrifying that fight is. Because people are like, oh, the Ewoks, that's little teddy bear people. That's not scary. That game made that fight terrifying. I would love a horror episode. If we do an anthology, give all these things a horror episode. Star Wars being a big thing should have horror elements into it, like how Warhammer stuff does, and that stuff not connected to Jedi. And listen, I think this project could be a really big thing if it's good.
All I'm envisioning is that this is Star Wars take on a zombie flick. You know, that's
Maybe.
what I'm seeing it as. But hey, I shouldn't be surprised. Hey, they already have ghosts in Star Wars, so why not zombies?
They have vampires.
Vampires still. Oh, okay. So it won't be long before we see a werewolf at some point.
You know who
Audience.
Count Dooku is?
Yeah.
There's a story where he's a vampire for some reason. I don't remember if it's canon or not, but it happened.
Of course he is.
That's where the Count came from. He's a vampire. Count.
Wow.
Hey, Dracula.
We're already halfway there, audience. You know, so yeah. But all right, we'll see how this goes. You know, something. It's a new route for Star Wars to go through. After all, audience. You know.
Oh, yeah, we know they're doing a lot of experimental stuff. Like we're gonna Starfighter movie. We're gonna get the origin of the Jedi and Sith in that movie. So doing a side like horror TV project to replace Mandalorian Grogu, who went to a film and and that's it. I can see that happening. We do know they want to have more stuff on TV too.
Yeah.
They'll probably come out like after Ahsoka season 2 or something.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll see how that goes. You know. So, all right, you guys have any final thoughts on this before we move on?
We can move on.
Okay.
No,
All right,
no,
audience.
I'm not much of a Star Wars person.
Yeah, you're not this guy's first either. Jonah Hex, apparently.
Well, hopefully you're into this guy, audience. So yeah, audience, we're getting Jonah Hex project in 2026 from DC
Jake's favorite
Comics.
character.
The favorite,
Yo, absolutely.
our
I watched the Jonah
favorite-
Hex movie in theaters one time.
Our favorite gray coat audience, because gray looks better on him than blue. Let's be honest on that. All right, you know. So yeah.
Not white or blue yet.
And for all those who are taking issue as to what side he was on during the Civil War,
I want to stop
okay,
you. Your explanation does not help. Your explanation does not help his case.
it don't matter what your allegiances were or what your skin color was, audience. If you're all that matters to him is if your face was on a wanted poster. All right.
Well, listen, I wasn't a Nazi because I believed it. I was a Nazi because of geography. When I tortured those Jewish people, it really just
He's killed a fair amount of conservatives. Does that make you feel better, audience? You know, right?
I want you to know you brought up before the show. Someone's favorite that he's people's favorite Confederate.
No.
I found out that every vampire that's in TV shows that been around since that war is a Confederate vampire for some reason.
I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they did that. They did that in, I think, Vampire Diaries. They did that in Twilight.
Even one of the dudes in the underworld was a Confederate vampire.
Well, I mean,
So why do
it
they
obvious?
keep doing that though? Like it
Well,
doesn't
well,
make
no,
them
it's obvious,
cool,
right?
edgy.
Because if the Confederates win, they just have free blood supply without even thinking about it. So like,
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have free
well,
blood
well,
supply
but doesn't
anywhere.
Thor
Just
talk about that,
go
though?
to whoever.
no, I was like, well, they have a free blood supply ever, but it's less work and less people ask questions.
No.
It's less help.
Gray coats ruin vampires for which audience? Apparently.
I'm just saying there are better ways to make historical fucking vampires than making them fucking Confederate.
A vampire can fight on the winning side, okay?
Yeah.
I was like,
Literally,
oh,
I have a Dampier character who literally like unalive slave owners. Like it was no one's fucking
I'm
business.
not saying they all have to, but I'm saying I get the argument for why. For
No,
why
I get the argument. The problem is none of the shows make that argument.
None of them do.
Yeah, it's always just, we was born in the South. It's the same thing he just said about John. It's literally just that.
Which is not a good excuse, to be honest with you.
Really?
Gotcha.
You're a vampire too. You could go anywhere. You don't have to be in the South.
Like,
It's
yeah, you can
funny.
literally do whatever the fuck you want.
Okay. It's funny we brought up the topic of slaves because I like to just add Jonah Hex has lived through the slave experience. All right, he was sold to an indigenous tribe by his mother, and he was a
That
slave
makes
to
it
them.
worse.
hey, he was just.
I don't think this character
Wait,
should
I
come
want
back
to keep.
unless they were doing a meta commentary.
He's a fan favorite character, which like he's been in
Boo-hoo!
doesn't be. He's been he's the comic
You?
fans. Yeah, the comic
I want
fans.
to keep you up in slavery and say, you know what? I didn't like slavery, but I want to keep you in slavery.
I'm not saying.
Yeah.
Hang on, just to be clear, my stance is I'm not saying you can't make an interesting character who is a Confederate. I'm just saying like your argument for him is not great. I'm just like,
It's not a good argument at all.
He
It's not
betrayed
giving
the
me a good reason
Confederates.
to be like, maybe I should give this character a try. No,
Hey,
it's not.
he betrayed the Confederates. Like
It
yeah,
doesn't
they all
seem
hate
like
him.
it from first glance.
you should have opened with that. That's all
You
I'm saying.
probably
Yeah.
should have opened
He
with
was
that.
he was a
Honestly,
defector. Hey, Jake, you said you watched the movie once, right? That was the whole plot. Like the Confederates were pissed off that Jonah Hex backstabbed them, so they killed his family and marked his face with a hot iron.
I'm just saying you
Yeah.
should have started with that.
Yeah, that's a better compelling argument.
Okay.
That was a way better argument, dude.
And yeah, he is a fan favorite character. Audience. I mean, how many media adaptations has this guy been in? Like, animated projects. This
I
and that,
can't think
know?
of any.
He's in
Where is he
Batman-
from? Like,
Just-
is he from DC?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
DC. Yeah, he was in
Okay.
Justice League Unlimited. He was Batman Brave and the Bold. He had his own DC short animated project where he's voiced by Daryl from Walking Dead. Yeah, he was even in Teen Titans Go. Yeah, he's been in a lot.
I don't know why that would be very
Voice
helpful.
terrible.
I'm just saying.
He-
I'm just gonna
he
say
does
this right out. No one should have a favorite Confederate.
Even if it's somebody
if
like
anyone
killed
forgot,
someone
if anyone forgot, quick history lesson: the Confederates fucking lost the war.
else.
They're a bunch of
Mhm.
fucking losers who lost the war, and they're gonna
Mhm.
use the excuse to be like they were fighting for states' rights to own people,
Mhm.
to
Cricket.
own people
Oh,
of a
he's
darker
also-
complexion than pasty ass white.
He was also in Legion of Superheroes. But wait, I'm trying to remember. Legends of Tomorrow. Sorry, yeah, that's
He
what I was
was
thinking of.
leaving the superhero. What the fuck?
Sorry, he was in
Uh,
Legends of Tomorrow. Yeah. So.
Cricket. How is this guy still alive? He has powers.
No, he's just an ordinary guy with scarred up face.
His
No,
stories usually-
How is he a modern day person with
his
Batman? in it?
stories usually take place.
no.
Yeah,
To
never-
quote what he said in Justice League Unlimited, right? I've lived a rather interesting life. Like, no, he has like for somebody who's stationed in the old west of DC, right? He does have adventures in the future with space and that stuff. I mean, he's a bounty hunter after all. Yeah, like one clever thing they actually did with Jonah Hex, right, was during the whole Darkest Night event with Green Lanterns. They actually brought Jonah Hex back as a Black Lantern. Like, oh, okay, that was a fun way to bring him back, So
Maybe they
yeah.
should give him a new fucking costume. Have they ever thought about that?
It's just too ingrained with his character, which that's the thing, So
Okay, well they could still like not make him look like a fucking Confederate. They could make him look more like a cowboy if they wanted to. We would
They
be
just
like,
need to
yeah, that's
change.
fine.
It could stay gray cryptid, but it's clear like Confederate.
That is like
shirt.
full on Confederate gear,
Because
dude.
I'm gonna tell you this: they're never gonna make a protagonist. They're never gonna make a protagonist still wearing Nazi colors. All right, Nazi uniform. Right.
Like,
he's
come
a bad.
on,
He's
things have
like
not aged well. You can update the design.
he's the Punisher of the old West audience. Is what I'm trying to say.
He's not the Punisher.
Yeah, he goes after
Don't
the
compare
bad
the
dudes.
Punisher.
He goes after the villains, man. He only hunts people who are on the wanted poster. So
The Punisher would have hated the Confederate. I can promise you.
No. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%, dude.
Okay, a showdown between the Punisher and Jonah Hex audience. See how that goes.
Yeah.
Because we have cowboy characters in DC. He could update his fucking design a little bit.
Again, it's just too ingrained in his character. So.
Okay, so are there a lot of character designs for other characters, but they can still update their fucking designs?
We'll see. But yeah, audience, like he's gonna have like a story apparently by Joshua Williams, so we'll see how that goes. A lot of his best stories just tend to be like one shots anyway, So I'm gonna pick this up. Like one of my favorite stories with him, because I've read a couple of Jonah Hex books here and there, audience. One of my favorite stories is actually when he went to go hunt down his dad. His deadbeat dad, who just so happens to be in a wanted poster. Like, hey, two birds, one stone.
You
He
get
shoots
I
the
get to
guy.
commit patricide and collect money for it.
The
Yep,
guy
but
that like he wants to fight with the guy to Ash Williams.
that's a crossover. Oh yeah, he also crossed over with Yosemite Sam audience. So yeah.
Thank God, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, like when he found his father, like it wasn't about the money audience. It was just pure personal. He drags him out in the middle of the desert, shoots him in the gut, and just waits for him to die out in the sun. And like the whole time, his dad's just cursing at him, this and that, and just says like, "Dude, son, at least give me some of that whiskey, all right? Like, come on, I'm
Nah, you're
dying
too good.
anyway."
Nah,
Yep.
I'm Gucci.
Yep.
Does he
So
drink all the whiskey in front of him, or like dumps it out of spite?
he's drinking the whiskey in front of him, and
Okay.
after his dad dies, Jonah Hex buries him, and the last shot you see, right, is just like Jonah Hex's feet, like by where he just dug up his dad in, and you see liquid fall down. Now it's up to the reader. It's up to the reader.
No. If he wanted to do that, he could have did it before he buried the guy.
Oh no! It's left up to the reader to decide whether he poured some whiskey for his dad or he pissed on his dad.
Yeah,
So
if he should have did it on his actual body, bro. You do it before you buried him in.
yeah. Oh, yeah, just saying. Jonah Hex is a badass. So yeah, I'll see. I'll read this book.
So you check out his number one.
Yeah, I'll check out his number one, man. He's a fan favorite character. So
Ooh.
he's a
I want his number
DC
one
fan.
worse than the Sam Plantation book you hate.
I'm just saying, update his design. Update his design, besties.
No,
Someone
Jake, why don't you make a sketch of an updated design for him?
I probably could. I would build more onto the Western aspect of him instead of making him an actual like a fucking Confederate.
It could just be a gray jacket. I don't quite understand why it has to be a Confederate outfit specifically.
I don't fucking know, man. I would. When did he debut in comics? Do you know when he debuted in comics?
I don't have that information up in front of me.
It would be like if Punisher was still wearing a Marine's outfit, but he wasn't associated with Marines. Like, what do we like? He doesn't have to wear a Marine outfit.
I'm just saying, Cryptid, your early arguments were not helping your favor.
Hey, my later arguments won you guys over, all right?
I never said that.
You know, guys, if it makes you feel better, even think. Oh, go ahead.
The character was made in 1972.
Okay,
Really?
a while back ago. Okay, but anyway, if it makes you guys feel any better, even Confederates are pissed off that he's still wearing that. Like, how dare you wear our colors of the army that you betrayed?
But yeah, at the same time, there are Civil War reenactments and people wear them, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's for production.
Okay.
You need the reenactment. You got to play the losing side. Do I have to die?
Yeah. Anyway, audience, that's what I have to say about Jonah Hex, and yeah, we'll talk about him again when his issue comes out. So, yeah. All right, then we can move on to the next topic. Go ahead, Jake.
All right, hang on, I gotta switch over to the thing. Anyway, guys, we did it. It took us years, but we're here.
You happy?
We finished Bionicle. And I had a choice to make. This could have led down. We could have done Power Rangers. Also wanted me to do Kamen Rider. There's even Super Sentai was on the table. And I'm not saying I won't do those things, but I'm saying some things I had to consider, right? Because it was more like Power Rangers has good seasons, but it is very formulaic, and I will get bored of that formula quickly binging it back to back. So I will need I just need to get mentally ready for it. I need to be in the mindset to binge all of Power Rangers. Because you forget, it's not just Mighty Morphin. I have to go to Alien Rangers, Zeo, Turbo, the bad one, and then in space you get a good one.
If you do Power Rangers, I'll do the comic that goes with each part.
They have comics that go along each season.
Well, when they pop into the comic.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna do it. We're just not gonna do it right now. So then I thought about Transformers because Transformers also like Bionicle, a toy brand that made its own legs. And I was thinking all the different series. Maybe Bionicle was to see, does my childhood memories of Bionicle hold up? And it did even better than I thought. So now we're gonna see for Transformers. I think the experiment is, I guess my thing is where did Transformers go wrong? Okay, how did it evolve over the years? What did it finally become just kind of stale? How do we get to the era we're in right now? Okay, and so we're gonna start at the beginning with G1. Okay? Couple of things for this series.
Come on.
For a couple of things for this series. Over the course of each series, we're going to be drafting the ultimate Autobot Decepticon team for the ultimate war on Cybertron, bro. Okay? So every season, I'm going to pick an all-star player from both sides to help in the oncoming war. Okay? They have to show out. All right? We're also going to be rating each human in every season. That's also going to be a thing we're going to do. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I could pick a favorite human and then have to rate, but are they a good human? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what we're doing now. There'll be some other rules. So also not just be going over the shows, we'll be doing the games, or at least the games with a lot of story in it, like Devastation, to Fall of Cybertron, things like that. I won't be doing the Armada games because there's nothing to the story. But you get the idea. We'll also be doing the Bayverse movies and Transformers 1. And we'll be doing the 86 movie. So we'll get all of it. Okay. All right. With that further said, today I watched G1 season 1, half of season 2. I think I'm halfway through. I gotta say, it is not aged well.
I knew this bullshit was coming.
Well, listen, it's
anything more than 2 decades old, you can make an argument that it aged well, audience. All right.
I think and here's this. I think was it even good for its time? Obviously, it was. Kids love this shit. But if I grew up and this made I was
it gets better, Jake. Damn.
If I was in the 80s and I was watching this series, what else did I have? Cryptid, what did I have in the 80s? What was my toolkit?
You don't know. He wasn't watching after this shit.
I was watching stuff, retro stuff back even my younger days. Thundercats, Silverhawks, what's it called? Gem, the hologram.
Jake, you're not a fur. You're not watching Thundercats over Power Rangers. I mean, Transformers.
The script that goes over the list, I'm thinking maybe it was good for its time. You know what I think?
He-Man, She-Ra.
He-Man, maybe, but even He-Man you probably got tired of He-Man's formula too.
Right. So I mean, it was the battle of the toy formulas. We had Silverhawks, of course, which didn't even go anywhere, but it had a cool theme.
We had Street Force at some point. I don't think that ladies.
Did TMNT come out yet?
No, the comics out, and then the cartoons in the 90s.
Okay, so I guess Transformers would be the cream of the crop. I guess it was top dog. So
yeah.
It wasn't beating Transformers. It wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh no! You guys know who we saw. The cartoon we saw was kind of cool. I'm not gonna
lie. But I'll say the first. If we're talking about G1 GI Joe and G1 Transformers, okay, it was not doing it. A couple of things I actually did appreciate about this. When they released GI Joe and Transformers, the first seasons are shorter than the rest of them because the whole point of the first season for both of these shows is pitch the toy to the kids. Okay, so season 1 of both shows is let's introduce the characters, introduce the protagonist, the world. And then the rest of the season, we're going to introduce new characters. But we're going to have a small overarching storyline between each episode. It's going to build into a penultimate episode, and it's going to end the threat, and we're going to tease that the threat can return so the kids can keep playing. And that's what Transformers did. So the Transformers, and if you recognize this formula, stop me if you heard it before, okay? Transformers land on Earth, right? They're a fleet, go into a coma, Decepticons in a coma too. Autobots and Decepticons wake up. They go their separate ways. They gather their forces. They fight. Autobots kind of not really. We get a human character in Spike with Wiki, and also get his dad's name already. The dad, whatever.
Sparky, God damn it.
Then we introduce a bunch of other characters, right? And then at some point, the Decepticons are like, you know what? Let's just bring Cybertron here. Let's just bring Cybertron right here. Let's do that. And then the Autobots have to stop him. And then after that, the world just kind of recovers and we kind of settle into the status quo.
Who's the guy all the way to the left at the top?
What?
On the picture to the left at the top. Who is that?
Is that Gear? I think that's Gear.
With the blue arm?
I believe that's Gear, yeah.
That guy got to get off the show, bro.
He had an episode to himself.
I don't approve of that design.
But that was the basic overall plot. And then the final episode of the season was Optimus and Megatron having a final battle. Because Megatron was like, actually, Optimus, I was looking over the Cybertronian law books. And apparently it says that if the leader of both sides can do a one-on-one and whoever wins determines the fate of the planet they're on. I'm like, it's been like 1,000 fucking years. Y'all didn't try this the first time? Like, what?
Oh, he didn't read the law book there. He just found it.
I guess not. Things I find interesting. Starscream actually is, I find it interesting because I felt like the writers were always fighting. Because we all know Starscream is like the conniving backstabber, does all this other shit, right? We're watching the show in order. It feels like the writers couldn't decide if he should be doing that because they knew they could never really punish him beyond like Megatron got mad at him, you know? So it makes this weird dynamic where it feels like the only reason Megatron keeps him around is because he wants a friend. And I think it's because every episode Megatron comes up with a plan, Starscream's right next to him. He's always explaining the plan to Starscream. Starscream's like, oh, Megatron, but I don't know about this. He's like, you idiot, Starscream. It's because of this, this, and this. He's like, oh, of course, Lord Megatron. Oh, that makes so much sense. And then the episode's like that. And there's always the episodes, of course, where Starscream's like, actually, if I was in charge, this would have been better. And so it feels like Starscream's always flip-flopping. Is he loyal to Megatron? And he's just like a coward? Or is he actually just like...
Bro, he's loyal to Megatron. He just wants to rule everything too, bro.
Right, so... I found it interesting.
He is as jealous of Megatron as he is loyal to Megatron.
I get where Earthspark later got the idea that, like, oh, this is an abusive relationship, because it kind of does feel like it. But yeah. Starscream I found interesting. Soundwave, I gotta say, MVP even back in the day, bro. Because when I tell you, 90% of
wait. Because I remember, fuck you, Philly. Shockwave, best to Decepticon. I don't care what anyone says.
because every plan Megatron had, or 90% of them start because Soundwave did something. Okay, Autobots will be minding their business, talking about, hey, you know, Wheeljack, what you got for me? Oh, I made this thing. It does. It's the immobilizer. It immobilizes people. Okay, just don't let the Decepticons know. Laserbeak's in the corner, like, oh, I got him now. Then he flies to Soundwave. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Soundwave always somehow figures out what the Autobots are up to, reports it to Megatron. Megatron's like, all right, now I got the plan. So, and then also Rumble is highly useful in this show. Rumble is going toe-to-toe with the Autobots half the time. So I thought that was pretty funny because we never use Rumble anymore. Soundwave, if he's fighting someone, will get his ass whooped typically, but, you know.
Wait. Rumble is one of the cassette tapes, right?
Yes, he's one of the cassette tapes, yes. The cassette tapes are highly effective in this show. Like on a level they will never be again. It's kind of insane.
Except for Ravage. Ravage does some things.
He does things sometimes.
And I think Megatron likes the bird in another show.
Yeah, he likes Laserbeak, yes. And Laserbeak and Fall of Cybertron was like his pet bird. And also in this one, he treats him as a pet bird sometimes as well. Yes. And then the other Decepticons are just kind of there. I mean, you have Devastator, and he's pretty cool. So, you know, you got that. And then we got the Autobots, right? And I'm not gonna lie to you. To me, it feels like it's Optimus and it's Merry Men. I'm not gonna lie to you. The other one's just kind of there. So, I mean, they have personalities. You got like, but they all range from either we're really friendly or we're like rough and tough. We're gonna get those Decepticons or Decepticons or whatever. No, yeah, that was another thing I was gonna do. I was gonna make a tally of every insult they gave to the Decepticons, every slur, and so far, wow. I have Mega Crumb, Decepticreeps, and those are the ones I remember because I was gonna write them down before the episode. I just forgot to get. I was busy, but they throw these slurs out a lot. Another thing I also gotta bring up is that like these Autobots ain't gonna be like they are in the future. Okay, Autobots who like we respect. Oh, like fuck that, bro. Optimus doesn't even like the Decepticons like that, bro. And Prime, I know in Prime he's gonna be like, everybody has a capacity to change, even the Decepticons. In this show, he's like, there's like an episode where they're on Dinobot Island, and the Dinobots, Megatron finds out about it because Laserbeak. And they go over there, and then Megatron opens a space-time rift or some shit. And cavemen from the past come to the future, and the Autobots are like fighting them in the city. And Optimus is like, hold on, we can't kill them. They're flesh and blood. They have souls, unlike those Decepticons. It's like, Jesus. So, there's an episode where they actually contemplate brainwashing Devastator and taking away his free will, so he will be an Autobot forever. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what happened?
It's a war.
Another thing I like, that this will never happen again. I like how Megatron can't fathom at the beginning that Optimus cares so much about humans. There's a scene in the episode where he brings Cybertron to Earth. There's like a scene where so the Megatron's plan is like, first I need a couple things. So I've been making a space bridge this whole season so I can make the portal to Cybertron and bring it here. And then also I need slaves to mine the planet so I can put the shit on Cybertron, yada yada. And so I kidnapped this guy, and he made a brainwashing thing. He's gonna brainwash all the humans and make them work for me, and then they'll do whatever I want. And so Optimus and the Autobots, they come in, they're like, yeah, stop it, Megatron, we'll go, nah. And Megatron's like, oh, you can't stop me because I have help this time. Humans, get him. And an army of humans descends upon the Autobots to attack them. And Optimus goes like, wait, no, we can't hurt the humans. They're flesh and blood. And then Megatron goes, what? What are you talking about? I didn't, what do you mean? And like, so the Autobots get their asses whooped by humans. And Megatron's like, I can't believe that Optimus Prime would rather let these humans beat his ass than fight back. Why does he care about these people so much? But it was like, it was so crazy. But anyway, Krypton, I promised you. And Austin's getting ready because he knows it's coming.
Oh boy, okay.
I promised you would not like this. Okay. There's a scene later this episode. Megatron has to activate 4 space bridges to bring Cybertron to Earth, right? And the threat is that if he does it, because it actually takes realistic physics into account. If you bring Cybertron to Earth, then Earth's gravity will rip the planet apart. And Megatron wants this because as the planet gets ripped up, more energy sources will be available for him, so he can make Energon out of the energy there. Because apparently in this universe, you don't really need Energon per se. You can make Energon out of energy sources.
To be fair, that's most universes apparently.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. Like the more modern takes.
Yeah, Prime doesn't do that. Prime is like Energon is a thing.
Probably the first one not to do it.
Yeah, I think probably. Because in animated they can just drink oil if they don't have Energon or something like that. So, anyway, so Megatron's like fighting Optimus to get to the last one, and Optimus almost got him, and then Megatron goes like, and then Optimus like, I'm not letting you press that button, Megatron. And he's like,
wait, no. Quick, I wish you saw this scene. It was so funny. Megatron got Optimus Prime in the chest. Optimus Prime falls down there like a small hill. He looks smirked, and you'll think Optimus died or something. When I tell you the moment Megatron turned around, Optimus stood up and ran back up the hill. That shit was so funny. Thought he wasn't shot.
That happens 2 times, by the way, in that same fight sequence. But anyway, so Megatron's on the first button, Optimus like, no, Megatron, you can't, I won't let you do this. And Megatron's like, no, you're right, because you'll do it. Optimus like, I would never endanger the Earth. And then Megatron goes, yes, you will, because if you don't press this button right here, right now, Cybertron will be destroyed, and all of your friends who are still on there will be destroyed too. And Optimus goes like, what?
Cybertron's in danger because Megatron has already turned on 3 of these things, so it's already pulling Cybertron, but it can't fully pull it without all 4. So it's technically already ripping their own planet apart.
Yes. So Megatron says like, Optimus, you're gonna press the button because I know you won't let your friends die. And Optimus goes like, damn it, no, my friends. And then he's like, but the choice is easy to make, and he chooses Cybertron over Earth, Cryptid. He chooses his world over the humanity. And so that is why.
Is bullshit. There is a reason for this madness.
So, and I want you to know.
Wait. How familiar has Optimus been with Earth up to this point?
It has been 13.
Like 3 days.
But no. It's been more than that. Hang on. Let me get the episode.
The first season.
Transformers G1. G1
they're cooking in the car.
Season 1 episodes. It has been a bit. I'm getting the episode list up right now to verify. More Than Meets the Eyes happened. A couple episodes happened in between. Okay, it has been 9 episodes at this point.
Okay.
We'll say 9.
Yes. And so I'm telling you right now, this isn't a one-off thing. So the planet actually comes to Earth, rips apart the whole planet, right? The whole planet's getting ripped apart. And then, like, Ironhide comes up to Optimus, he's like, "It's okay, Prime, because we would have all done the same thing in your position."
No, that didn't happen. No. Prime has a plan. The rest of them didn't have a plan. They say, "Yeah, we would do the same thing. Fuck this plan."
Right. And so they watch the planet get ripped apart, and then Optimus goes like, "Fuck, what have I done?" But he's like, "But it was worth it. I have to save my friends." Part 3 comes along, and he doesn't know what to do because Optimus pretty much did this and had no plan to really fix it. And I think it's really, but he knows he wants to, but he just doesn't know how to do it. And eventually they figure out a way to put it back. I want you to know, after that episode, the next episode over, they say that was not a one-off. The next episode, the planet is still fucked up by that. So I'm just letting you know, G1 Optimus ain't your friend, bro. He's not your friend. Okay.
He had to do it to save his planet, but he still managed to save his planet and also save Earth. There got a little bit made up, all right? But Earth is still here. We're still alive. Cryptid, when the planet was getting close and the gravitational pull was getting fucked up, I want you to know Sparky Wiki took that shit no problem.
No, he did.
Okay.
He stood there as the whole place uplifted, looking bold, staring Megatron down, all right?
Okay.
Cryptid, as an Earth apologist, bro, are you gonna let Optimus side with this, bro?
At the end of the day, Earth is still kicking and breathing.
No, you didn't let the Turtles side for this.
He thought we were going to go full Eternals, and I was like, no, because the Eternals would have destroyed Earth and killed everybody.
No, but they didn't.
The Eternals had literally thousands of years to look at humanity and their potential.
But they didn't do it.
And you're telling me Optimus only had a few days?
The Earth benefited. The Earth benefited from the Eternals halfway doing it. Optimus destroyed their planet. Okay, he said, "Fuck your planet."
No. Some parts of the planet got messed up, but the whole planet as a whole is here. They're fine. The Cryptid and his family is still living. All right.
This is bullshit, bro. This is.
At the end of the day, your Optimus will still fight for Earth. All right,
the Eternals fought for Earth. Or at least half of them.
Half. Okay, half of them. All right, I know.
So you like
the one guy.
You like half the Eternals. Is that what I hear?
Okay.
That's all I got.
Like
made.
What their name? What are they called? The selection thing.
But
what was the Eternal Son for me? Jake? How was they not for me?
They gave you adamantium.
And they didn't give it to John Walker Shield, man. So that man just shit to me. It ain't shit to me, man. Like
they don't know the guy. But anyway, so that was. By the way, that was my favorite. It was a 3-parter, to be honest. Excuse me. I think season 1 was pretty interesting. I think it's definitely dated and hard to binge. But I think its strength is that it is a single narrative. It is a bit silly at times. There is one called Autobot Spike, and in this episode, I felt like Stan Lee wrote this episode. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. This episode was that Spike. So Spike's dad makes a Sparkplug. They make an Autobot body or something like that. And the idea was that if an Autobot got hurt, they could transfer their consciousness into that body while they fix them. or whatever.
They made one. Niggas, it's been the first season.
Yeah. So they figured. Oh, I mean, they made the Dinobots. They were Earth creations. They weren't for Cybertron. So you know.
They made it in the first season, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, I think they showed my ass.
And so they made an Autobot body. And then Spike gets hurt and put in the hospital. And the doctor goes like, damn, I wish I could operate on Spike, but his brain is still in there. And then his dad's like, doctor, what if he wasn't in there? He's like, what are you talking about? And so he puts Spike's brain into this robot body. But the problem with the body is that it warps Spike's brain, makes him more. Bro, when he wakes up, I told you, he had the biggest freak out, bro. He wakes up, he's like, ah, no! And he's like fighting everybody. And then they're like, no, calm down. And he's like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's only temporary. Okay. So Spike sits in front of the TV. They're like, listen, just calm down, watch some cartoons, and we're gonna get this fixed. All right, we're gonna fix your body up, and it's gonna be okay. He's like, okay. So he's sitting down watching the cartoons, and bro, the movie he chooses to watch is Frankenstein. All right.
okay.
So he watches Frankenstein. This man sees like Frankenstein become a monster, like the Frankenstein's monster, and he's like, I'm a monster, and he like breaks out. He starts going on a rampage, and he's like, yes, I will use this and turn Autobot Spike into Decepticon Spike, and that's like the plot of that episode.
Yeah.
I really don't think it's being weird to me. It just felt like it had like Stan Lee isms all over. But they do put Spike back in his normal body, and they never use his technology again. So there you go.
We actually will. They won't be like not just body switching thing, but them building bodies and stuff. That's gonna be a thing later.
Yeah. We do get some setup for Transformers Prime with the introduction of some artifacts that will be in the show. The Immobilizer was introduced, which was Wheeljack's invention. In Transformers Prime, it's going to be an artifact made before Wheeljack's time.
It was Wheeljack back in there.
Oh, Wheeljack back in the day was a scientist.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he makes this.
Or they make him a punk ass engineer.
Right. I also do like how the show differentiates engineers and scientists, because Spike and his dad are engineers, but Chip, the wheelchair bound human, he is a scientist. Like he's like the technical know-how guy. Optimus, everyone has this love for this Optimus, and I guess when you have nothing to compare it to, I guess that is fair.
You're not there yet, bro. He ain't got there yet.
I guess my thing is more like he doesn't stand out to me. I mean, he stands out more than everybody else, to be honest with you. But
he's not there. You haven't seen him dunk a basketball yet.
Oh, actually, no. They actually set that up. The episode I was watching right now, he dribbles a basketball with his hand for the first time. He's like, Spike, am I doing it right? Is this how you do it? So he's learning how to play basketball. That is his arc this season.
Optimus Prime cross up a Decepticon and dunk on his head.
Right. So Megatron and Optimus team up way more times than I thought they do. I think like every 5 episodes they team up for some reason. So that's something.
Well, brothers once.
Right. Once. Okay.
I don't think that's the thing yet, to be honest.
Right. So but yeah, we haven't gotten to the origins of Optimus, which is that he's like a Captain America of the Transformers, and I mean that in a literal way.
Did you go do Orion Packs? I believe it did.
Season 2, I think, is when because everything that Optimus gets is in season 2.
They did like the full librarian thing in this season.
Well, he was a librarian, and G1 he was a blue collar worker.
He was a teacher or something. Yeah, no, he was a blue collar worker. Yeah,
he was just a guy. And I haven't gotten there yet, but we're gonna get there. I probably get there by the end of the week, I think. But yeah, so far, like I said, I enjoy it for what it is, but I hate rewatching it. I hate binging it. I will say this: the music is fucking great. I love the background music, especially like the dun 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 dun. Like I love the fucking trumpet, bro. Like it goes off in this show, bro. I think it has one of my favorite OSTs in any Transformer show. It really it sticks with you. Like there's like one that's like it has some big bangers in there. I recommend anyone listen to the Transformers OST. It's really good. It's kind of iconic.
Listen to the one from the movie specifically. It had all the remaster stuff.
Yeah. So But yeah, like I said, Transformers G1. Do I recommend it if you have nostalgia for it? But I don't think it doesn't hold up on its own. I think the Autobots are kind of, by design, they're very tropey and made to be a toy. The dialogue is literally like, this is what you think sounds cool when you're a kid, but it actually sounds kind of lame. It's pretty fine. My standout Transformer so far, obviously Optimus has to be, because he's the only notable character here for the Autobots. Bumblebee, I'm paying attention to Bumblebee now. He is kind of supposed to be the ride along for Spike. Like, anytime Spike wants to go somewhere, he's usually with Bumblebee. So I get where they transferred that idea over in the Bayverse movie. Bumblebee was like that in animated as well, where he was Sari's chaperone or like big brother type thing. So that all comes from here, where Bumblebee usually is in that role of being the human friend. So that is nice to see. I will say, out of all the human cast though, so far the only one I like is Chip, the wheelchair bound one.
Yeah.
I think it's just because I don't know. I think I like his personality a bit more than Spike. Spike just kind of seems like a self-insert. Chip has a little bit more going on. So
He was. That was the point.
right, yeah. So we also have the introduction of Carly, who will be in Transformers 3, the Bayverse movie, as well.
And in the comics right now, that's what's Spike.
In this universe, she met Spike and Bumblebee when they were in the arcade, and Bumblebee was playing on them arcades and breaking the score. And she was like, "Wow, an Autobot! That's so fucking cool! Let me marry you." Well, she didn't say all that, but she did.
Like, yeah, I met Spike after my dad got popped like a balloon by Starscream.
So, Carly sneaks in. There's also when like Ironhide, I think, is like down on himself because he keeps messing up. And so she messes up Ironhide's confidence even more. So she tries to fix her mistake and fix Ironhide as well. Things I also like too in this version that you'll never get again: Starscream being a scientist. That's neat. I like that.
Yeah, they always do that fact.
Yeah.
Usually they get rid of it when they made him like, because they kept wanting to make focus on him being like the main flyer of the Seekers and stuff.
Yeah. But usually when Starscream's on his own, he knows like the science and the chemicals and all this shit that he'll do that.
I like the comic explanation for it, because it was like you know how all of them have him like, oh, before the war he had a friend and stuff. His friend was a scientist, so he used to visit him. He learned that stuff like that.
Right.
And then when the friend died, that would make him end up joining the war one way or another.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I see a lot of the blueprints for what we'll get later, so it's gonna be interesting to see. Mirage, by the way, who's in the newer movie, he makes me laugh sometimes, but unintentionally, because he has this one trick he does where like every time he gets into a fight, he's like, "Oh man, we're losing. I better use my invisibility." Woo! Goes invisible and just like gets never like just shoves somebody, and it's like, I did something. It's just like
So, and there in the old stuff, he said invisibility, and then here they get projections, which was another guy's power in the original, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I haven't seen him yet.
The other guy's gonna come up. He's gonna be with smoke screen, and one's gonna be smoke, and the other one's gonna be projections.
Okay. I do like Jazz's thing where he shows up and he shoots like music at people, and that's his power. That's his one thing he goes to, and he's like, "Guys, I'm losing. Let me shoot some music."
Is the actual Earth music or?
It's like some guitar riff they make up for the show. So
that'd be crazy. They have to make their own like unique Cybertronic music for them to shoot at people.
Yeah. The Autobots, they're kind of one dimensional, but you know what? This is just the blueprints for greater things to come. So I'll keep watching. I think I'll get to Devastation by the end of the week, and then we do the movie. I'm only bringing you guys along for this. I mean, if you guys want to watch the episodes with me, you can. But I'm only bringing you guys along for like shit we haven't seen, like the first Transformers movie we never watched for movie night. So that's gonna be a movie night pick at some point, and I think we'll do like 2 as well at some point. So yeah. But, there we go. That is Transformers G1 season 1.5.
It's kind of crazy we watched the G.I. Joe movie for movie night, not Transformers.
Yeah. So. That's it.
All right.
Let's
just get to the last something.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the last topic, night audience. Okay, so the top 10 selling comics of 2025 audience has been released.
And guess what, Jake?
And yeah, Jake.
Well, he's gone. Chris,
What?
I shared this because I needed you to see. The number one selling comic was Marvel Deadpool and Batman by Zeb Wells, just because the name alone.
Oh
But that's the
my
only
god.
Marvel comic that's in this top 10.
Yeah, I just find that funny. Like Marvel, I find it kind of like a little embarrassing that Marvel did not have one single Marvel book, that reached the top 10. Like everything is DC here. I mean, they just squeezed on by to the top 10 list, because of the crossover of DC. But like they didn't have just a
But
Marvel.
there's another Batman thing.
Hmm. I mean, Flash is one of the
Batman
top 10.
2 is terrible, and that made it up here.
Yep. DCKO. I mean, for God's sakes, Battle Beast by Jason Aaron.
To be fair, that
Here.
Flash is absolute Flash.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Absolute Flash. Okay, there you go. I mean,
Yeah, that
Batman, nobody.
will sell pretty good. I thought Wonder Woman was gonna be up here.
Gotcha. I mean, Batman, nobody's surprised. Like, there's.
Battle Beast has a hyper show going on.
Dude, there's like 5 Batman adjacent books here that are in the top 10,
Yeah.
dude.
2 absolute, and then 2 mainstream.
Yep. Well,
But
this should not have been
I
surprising
think
anybody.
it is surprising, but I think it should be a wake up call for Marvel. I don't see how Marvel sees this and still think, oh, we need to hold Spider-Man back by doing this stuff we know people don't like. We need to hold these characters to a certain degree. Especially after like everything happened in the Ultimate Universe and stuff. It feels like this should be the wake up call.
Oh yeah, you do bring up a good point. The fact that Spider-Man isn't in here.
Spider-Man isn't here for the first time in years.
Damn, dude.
Not even Ultimate Spider-Man's here. Ultimate Spider-Man, at least at the start, was selling really well at the end of this year.
Yep. Jeez. What happened? Well, the only way a comic book industry would really make changes if you hit them where it hurts, which is the wall of the audience.
Yeah, this should hurt. They might not take pride in that stuff, but it's like this shows you at the very least, if you care about money, you could be making a lot more money.
Oh yeah, definitely. Damn. Yeah. Trying to think of like anything else to dissect from this.
It is insane, man. There's only one Image comic despite all the strides that Skybound Image made. Like Transformers not here, despite Transformers a lot of issues selling like really, really well. But the idea that Batman outsold so much that it's up here technically 6 times is insane.
Well, there's like a bajillion Batman books out right now, so
I know.
2 of these are both just absolute Batman though.
Yeah.
That means 2 separate issues of absolute Batman. So the Joker one just came out last month. I mean, it sold more than most of the stuff of the year in a month.
This just adds credence to why they keep making so many Batman adjacent books. Oh, damn.
I blame Jake Paul. As long as he took control of Marvel, like you said, maybe we'll get some good books out.
Someday.
So yeah, audience expect a big pivotal change with Spider-Man this year. Because this is embarrassing. Like your equivalent to Batman didn't make the top 10. Yikes. Yeah. But all right, you have any final thoughts on this, Austin, before we end the night?
I wish Cyclops or X-Men book with Cyclops in it made it. Just to see that guy take credit for that too.
Oh yeah. Salvation, that was my idea. Like damn. Or whatever that future stuff's going on.
Cyclops telling him that killing's bad. I wrote that.
Hey, I pitched the idea that Cyclops gets stuck there and lost his visor and has to survive the jungles. So yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, audience, we reached the end of the night.
Okay, bye.
Thank you for joining. Oh, that's a new theme song. That's a new ending.
Yeah, that's not the one I meant to put on.
It's
Okay. Gotcha.
Knuckle phone.
Gotcha. Well, anyway, audience, join us tomorrow when we talk about the comics. So,
I'll see y'all next week. I don't got any books this week.
gotcha.